Cujo.
Fuck.
We're live, guys.
Yup. There you go.
Yo.
Yeah, we
Yes,
good.
sir.
It's a full house in here today, I see. All right. We back again, yet again, once again. Is We Pod Podcast, man. Lovely Friday, you know what I'm saying? Episode 52, 53. One of them joints, man. Either one. It really matter, man. I ain't the editor, man. Let the brothers worry about that. We here though, you know what I'm saying? It's a full house, I see. Everybody's in the building. Pod members, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was a part of the show as well. Everybody on stage, man. So yeah, man, we here yet again, man. We might as well get straight into it. No intros. I know it's by now. You know what I'm saying? Fresh off the Rum Nitty interview and all that. Shout out Fourth Round. Hey man, brothers is working, man. Brothers is working. But we gonna start it off early, man. Simple, man. How should public figures be recognized in their transition? You know what I'm saying? In their passing, however you want to call it, all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna be more specific and just say, black public figures. I'm gonna be honest. Shout out to all my other peoples, but I'm talking about black people specifically, celebrities and whatnot. Two legends recently passed, rest in peace of Jim Brown, rest in peace of Tina Turner. Twitter, man, had a frenzy with brother Jim Brown. If you don't know who Jim Brown is, legendary running back for the Cleveland Browns, also civil rights activist, also Pan Africanist brother. Um, yeah, man, just was an all around great person, man. All around good brother. Was for his community, was for his people. Um, was for his people. You know what I'm saying? Was around a lot of legends. Ali. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is still the era where black athletes were still, what I'm saying, proud of themselves, still proud to be black. Supported a lot of black causes, and the '60s was booming. So yeah, the civil rights era on one end, you had black athletes associating themselves with the civil rights movement on the other, and everyone and everything in between. So the brother recently passed, and you know how Twitter is, man. You know how this new generation is. The first thing I see that gets brought up is his history of alleged abuse, allegedly. Um, Brother been to court numerous times for each case, all either thrown out of court or he beat the case every single time. I was kind of, I was kind of taken aback. I'm like, damn, okay, I did this for Kobe. Yeah, did the same thing for James Brown. Did the same thing for Kevin Samuels. Uh, what this seems to be a pattern. Like this, I don't know what it is, man. Like black men drop dead, and first thing people bring up, oh well, he was on drugs or he dated a non-black woman. He was allegedly abusive. And I'm like, damn, so never mind the accomplishments, never mind what this person meant to people all around the world. Like we just gonna bring up alleged, what I'm saying, or accusations or whatever the case. That's the first thing people going, I'm saying, acknowledge about someone who just passed, I just find that very, disheartening, because it don't really matter what background you got. It seems that whether you were in the civil rights movement, whether you were an activist, whether you were an athlete, or just a regular everyday brother, man, like they're gonna talk about you in one way or another. So, I guess in retaliation, people decided to do the same for Tina Turner to make it even. And, found out some choice things about her too. She was pimping back in the day. You know, if you know anything about the whole Ike and Tina relationship and their dynamic,
Yeah, they
a
had a
lot of that
meme
was,
about that. It was funny as hell.
yeah, a lot of that was exaggerated. Um, they both fought each other. They were both abusive to each other. They both abused drugs. But one story got told more than the other, so we never really got to hear Ike's side of the story. To be honest, he had to deal with a lot of slander over the years. Uh, Shit from him leaving the relationship to the time of his death, essentially. So, either or isn't perfect. She also made some very interesting comments about African people and whatnot. So basically, yeah, the topic is, how should black public figures be remembered? You so yeah, everybody could, unmute and provide their perspective. We kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday, I believe. And brothers was mic'd up randomly, So yeah, what brothers think, man? How should our heroes be remembered?
It should be in totality, bro. Like people remembering just the good stuff about somebody as if people didn't have a whole lifetime to either treat people well or treat people bad. Like my joint with Jim Brown is like, yes, the brother was an activist early on, most certainly. He was in that fold. But as soon as that brother got to a certain point as to where he was good enough to essentially benefit from the progressions and things like that that people were seeking, that brother did a lot of coonish shit. A lot of coonish shit as an adult and in probably the last 25 years. A lot of shit. A lot of coonery happened, especially during that Trump era. A lot of the things that he was saying, it was very Bill Cosby, pull up your bootstraps, stop cursing, like talking down to younger black people. That shit's nuts. You still get remembered for everything you did. Like, is that the first thing that should be said after a person passes? Nah. But if they did it, like, you see what I'm saying? If you did it, nigga, that shit gotta stick with you. Like, I'm good on remembering people incorrectly. I'm good on that. It's enough times that happens. I'm not contributing to that shit. That's my opinion.
I think
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think you know the individuals like Cal definitely have the right to, what I'm saying, uh speak the truth, shit, if that's, what I'm saying, what was happening, what I'm saying. However, for me personally, I don't really care about um the little shit down the line they may have done uh or said, especially as these niggas get up in age. um to me, that stuff is not going to trump uh the good shit. Um, what I'm saying, the innovative shit, the pioneering, uh,
Terradome. Song for
you
the
know,
Welcome to the Terradome.
the what I'm saying, him performing in decathlons, what I'm saying, in the 50s, what I'm saying, him, what I'm saying, as we spoke about being very heavily involved in early civil rights. See, like that shit to me means more. What I'm saying, if a nigga had an open book about Boom and read through a couple pages, you're going, damn, I didn't know you did that, Boom. Like, well, yeah, I did, but shit, it ain't my job to let y'all niggas know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unfortunately, for some of these celebrities, you're just gonna know because they're in the public eye. But certain shit that they did, certain shit that they said, I mean, would equate to certain shit that I did, certain shit that I said, but I don't have a public eye. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a public platform. So not to excuse, you know what I'm saying, whatever coonery or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, that may have taken place. To me, it still doesn't trump, you know what I'm saying, the groundwork, you know what I'm saying, brothers like Jim Brown um, helped pave for shit. Every nigga in here mic'd up right now. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely played a, you know what I'm saying, instrumental part in you know what I'm saying, a lot of the freedoms that we're able to enjoy now. So to me, that means more than saying a couple coonerish things later on down the line in his life when he's of, you know what I'm saying, old age and probably is still stuck in his ways and doesn't understand the youth and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I salute the brother, you know what I'm saying? Lived a full life, you know what I'm saying? Did the film, you know what I'm saying? Did the sports, did the politics. Um, as far as Tina goes, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. Um, Queen of Rock and Roll, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That title is solidified, you know what I'm saying? So her instrumentation in music, you know what I'm saying? That's forever stamped.
Mm.
Obviously, we all seen the movie. What's Love got to do with it? So, you know, very controversial. You know what I'm saying? Like Cujo said, Ike's part of the story. Obviously, never got told, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? What that was in its entirety, but we know what was going on, though. You know what I'm saying? So, Shorty definitely was getting beat on. Um, but I believe Tina was also beating up on niggas too.
Yeah, she admitted it in her
You know?
autobiography.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So not to excuse any of the behavior, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? R.I.P. Tina, man. Like I said, another influential, uh, you know what I'm saying, black individual. You know what I'm saying, paved the way for a lot of our artists that we enjoyed um, after her and still enjoy today. So I
Yeah, I agree.
Did she ever speak up about the movie? Like, how did
Yeah,
she
she
feel
did.
about how the movie was portrayed?
Yeah, she
She
did.
was
Like
portrayed.
a couple years later, she actually
Okay.
spoke up about it. She said like the vast majority of the film was exaggerated. Most of it
Oh,
wasn't true. The rape scene wasn't true.
oh
A
shit.
lot of
Yeah.
the depictions of
Oh,
abuse.
no. Good.
Yeah, a lot of the depictions of abuse that she dealt with in the film that wasn't true. Like, um, maybe like the drug
But,
use and all that.
So you
That
saying they
aspect
were
was true.
portraying an image, brother? Is that
yeah.
what you're telling me? You telling me they
Yes.
were portraying an image of the black?
Yes.
Oh my! Oh my!
But
Yeah. She talked
don't you
about it
have
in
to
her
sign off on
autobiography.
that shit though, Cujo? Like if you like if it's a it's a
She
Unless
don't
you're
have
biography,
unless
like
you
How
have
can she
creative
have
control.
creative? She ain't got no creative rights or control over this
Yeah,
script.
I don't know if she
This
was
is
I don't know if she was executive producer on the film. I'm not sure, but she probably gave them a right to create like a
this
screenplay or a script for the film, but not be
right.
directly involved. So
Mhm.
that's probably what it was. Um, but yeah. Even Ike Turner's kids, man, they denounced that film. Like there was an interview where they were talking about it, and they said they never watched the film or never wanted to watch it because of how their father was portrayed in the film. You know, it was very hard
Mm.
for them to deal with, you know. And I had a lot of kids, so none of them ever watched the film until like years later, and they denounced damn near everything, especially the rape scene. They hate that part the most.
Uh,
We gotta
Um,
watch that word.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
we get it. Yeah. That's
yeah
yeah,
yeah.
especially that scene that was very difficult to sit through. You know, they denounced it heavily. They weren't feeling that at all. Um, yeah,
hold
Ike
on.
Turner
Drama,
deal with a lot.
dramatization is what you're speaking on, brother Cujo. Dramatization.
Yes.
This is
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, to answer Lucci question, no, you don't have to have anybody sign off. Shit, if I wanted to
Right.
make a movie on Lucci life right now, I could make that shit however the fuck I interpret Lucci life to be. Uh,
Right.
now, now, when you go back and watch it, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go legal, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? Whatever it is you see and you like, hold on, nah, that,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Then you can go legally, you know what I'm saying? File a defamation suit or, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Based on how it depicted you. And if you feel like that's going to, going forward, affect, you know what I'm saying? Affect you you know what I'm saying, going forward, you have the right to do that. But as far as stopping somebody making a movie about you, nah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that can't
But boom,
happen.
you got to
It's
think
always
that
like to make a
Ike and
blessing,
Tina
but
was getting bread off that movie, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like they wasn't involved in no type of way, so
I
they were
don't I don't
getting.
I don't believe they got anything off of that movie.
Oh,
You
I
don't
don't
you
think
don't
they
think they
did.
got paid off they quote unquote name, image, and likeness? You don't think
No.
they got paid off that? Wow.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
they got. I think they got. They had to, bro. You can't just use them as a whole movie and not have some type of like rights over that. Like
Yeah,
this is my
yeah,
name. This is my
Was that
likeness,
movie?
right?
Hold on. Was that movie released in theaters though, or
but
was it a TV movie?
It's released in theaters.
it's released in
It
theater.
was
But
released
see,
in
the
Yeah.
thing
theaters.
is, a lot of these artists did not own their shit. So, uh, you know what I'm saying? Musically, if you didn't have particular rights, if you didn't own your masters, you know what I'm saying, publishing things of that nature, um, shit, you got fucked in the ass. I mean, that's just what happened. Like, wasn't nothing you could really do about it. Like I said, that's why you would have had to gone the legal route, based on if you felt that whatever was depicted is going to defame your character.
There's a
Uh,
picture. There's a picture on Twitter right now where they have Tina Turner and Angela Bassett together. Like,
but you asked, did they get paid though?
yeah,
Right.
I get you, but
I
I'm
don't think
saying
they did.
I see that picture and I'll be like, well, maybe she was involved. She was involved some type of way, but I don't know the
I'm
legalities
not.
and the
Yeah, I'm not.
business.
I'm not denying her
I don't
being
know the
involved.
business.
I'm not denying
All
her
I,
being
yeah, all
involved.
I'm saying is like she denounced half of the shit that went down in the film. She said a lot of it was exaggerated or played up for Hollywood purposes, and she wasn't rocking with a lot of it. And actually, Ike Turner's daughter has been trying to work on a biopic for her father for a couple years now. I don't know if she has a GoFundMe or Indiegogo going on. 'Cause I know
Hmm.
how expensive it is to create your own biopic. I don't know if it's a documentary. I believe it is. Because I think she is Ike Turner's oldest daughter. And by the way, all of them grew up with Ike, and so they all were around when Ike and Tina were together. They pretty
Do they
much,
have any? I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I believe
Cujo.
they
Do they
do
have
have.
any children together? They got kids together?
I believe they do actually. I'm not.
Yeah,
If I'm
yeah,
not.
they
If
did.
I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
they
Yeah,
they had Ike Jr.
Ike Jr. Okay, yeah. 'Cause I know Ike had kids previously, and I'm not sure if Tina did, but they definitely do have kids together. And they all grew up watching their relationship go down because they were married for about 16 years.
Yeah, the
And then
kids
they
gonna let you know the
parted
truth, dog.
ways.
The
Yeah,
kids gonna let
they
you know the
denounced
truth.
all of that shit that went down
They
in the
named
film.
him
They
Ike
wasn't rocking
Jr.
with it.
That bro, I'd have been mad. Like, bro, that's a curse. But
I
like,
ain't gonna lie.
don't name him
Yeah,
after that crazy shit.
yeah. I mean, hey, they went through a lot, man. They really went. I'd even heard stuff about Ike being spit on,
They actually
in
had they
public.
Oh,
had three they had three kids.
yeah, I'm not. Oh, I'm not naming my son Ike Jr. though. I don't even want to put my title on you. Oh, cause that
I mean, I get it,
Nah,
but
people.
Ike Turner's
I
still Ike
get it.
Turner now.
I get that part, but
Ike
I
Turner's
I
still a
get that
Grammy
part. I'm a
Award winning.
junior.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a
That's
junior, bro. I'm a junior, so I get it though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
I'd
get it.
still
but
be
but
Ike
Yeah,
body
Junior. I ain't gonna
bags,
lie.
but
but no,
body
yeah,
bag,
I
but
understand you. Like, I got
but
cousins that's juniors too, but like, it's just in that situation. I don't like your junior
but
situation might be different. What your junior, his name is Ike, so he date other bitches, and I don't not
but
say
but
bitches.
but
He date
but
other
but
women.
body
They
bags,
can
you got
look
to
at
think.
him in that type
No,
of way. Like, man, no, I don't know, man.
body
I get
bags, you
it,
He
got to
but
got
at
to
the
deal. I'm
you
same
got
just saying this
but
now. I'm just what basically what I'm saying is it's something he has to deal with. I wouldn't want to deal with that.
but if
Y'all
they,
can go.
but you're speaking with foresight. If they had that child, first of all, if things weren't
Yeah, they
what
had a child before that shit happened. Yeah, I don't know
you
that
know
though.
you know what I'm saying, so it's like if a movie comes out depicting your father one way, but you've been named this, it's like
hmm,
it ain't the parents' fault. You know what I'm saying? Like they made
right.
a movie that depicted your father a particular way. So yeah, after the fact, people gonna look at you crazy. But like before then, it's like no, you just Ike Jr. So especially if what Cujo is saying and how you've had the kids always say like no, it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Like not to that extreme, if nothing else.
Right.
Uh, I don't know. It's just
Right.
It's just
And she admitted, all the kids admitted that the abuse went both ways. They put hands on each other often. Like,
Oh, see. You, as
so
a woman, you can't be. Who?
yeah,
Never
there's a
mind.
lot of
In
slapping
that in that
and throwing
situation, yeah, in that
dishes and
situation, it
you know.
depends. It depends on two things when it comes to abuse. Who put their hands on who first, and one, who provoked that person to do it. Like if you a guy and a girl really provoked you to do that shit. Now, if you do it and then she really out of pocket, like spit on you or some wild shit, whatever. I don't know what happened in the situation. You might have the right to do that shit, especially back in the era they grew up in. Now, if it's vice versa, I don't know. It's just that's how it go, man. So like, I thought it was just her always getting her ass. Well, let me not say that, but that's her piece. Always getting hit on. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
that's how it was depicted, you know. So I mean, unfortunately, like I didn't really have enough of the time to really, you know, say, hey man, this wasn't me. And even if you did, like everybody believe what they want
And we
already.
also have to we have to factor in drugs too. I don't
Just about to
know
say
if they were
that.
involved in drugs. I don't know
Just
if they
about to
was
say that.
involved in drugs, but we
Oh no,
gotta
I did
Just about to say
factor in
that.
drugs in this too, dog. Like, come on. I hear what y'all saying because
I
I
did
can
want to
see
say
it
this
be.
too, Phil.
Yeah, go
Cause
ahead, brother.
listen,
My bad.
I'm from Jersey, man. I love Whitney to death. I love
Fuck
Whitney,
here.
man. A
Oh
legend.
Lord, come on.
But everybody
Let's get into
believed,
that. Yeah.
Bobby
Hey,
was the one that strung Whitney out, bruh. Nobody even had a stretch of the imagination that Whitney was already doing it and put Bobby on to hardcore drug. Nobody even suspected that, bruh. And he had to deal with that narrative for years, bruh. Years on end. And he gonna have to deal with that shit until the day he dies, unfortunately. Until that book came out. And he had to really say, nah, she put me on. She was already on to that shit. I got strung out. You know, and that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, in the industry, like and once you that's why I said like even if it's a dramatization or a biography, bruh, certain shit is gonna be exaggerated, certain shit gonna be, you know, I don't know, man. It's just gonna be over complicated, you know what I'm saying, to strike up views, man. That's just really what it's gonna be. My problem is that, like I said, when those of our heroes pass away, and your initial reaction is to bring up something you deem problematic, I
yeah,
personally,
that shit is weird.
I
But
have an
you
issue
know,
with that. You
you
know,
know what's crazy, bro? I just thought about this right now while we was talking, while you were just explaining this thing. Like, I'm thinking about the Jackson 5 movie, right?
yeah,
Y'all
Classic.
remember that
the
movie?
TV
How
movie
the
Yeah, it's a
that
classic.
right? That might
with
right. That's a
Jason
classic,
Weaver.
right?
Yeah,
It might
classic.
be over dramatized, right? It might not have.
Right.
They say he was abusive, but how abusive was he? Like, was he just a headstrong father, like determined to make his sons, or was he this crazed, over concerned, like y'all niggas gonna be uh R&B superstars under my watch or else? Like, was it really that,
But
or
but
was
it
it
can,
like
I
well, it
over
think
can be
I
both.
think
dramatized?
It
You
can
I
be
feel
think
me?
both.
Mike
Like,
spoke on that
it
though.
can be both, right?
It can be
But I
both.
think
Yeah,
Mike
Mm.
spoke on that though a few times though about how abusive his daddy was. Like,
They,
yeah, but
they,
they still
it's,
loved each other. You know, like
yeah, but
yeah,
but a person that was a part of
like
kind of
so.
gave the picture, like painted the
they had
picture
a
of
really
this was
difficult,
going on.
confusing relationship. I will say that. That's a little
Yeah.
different dynamic. It was definitely very confusing, but I do know
But it
that
was put on. I'm saying that life was put on screen for us to watch. So
right,
was
right,
it
right.
really true? Like how Ike and Tina Turner movie was put on screen for us like that.
See,
Was it
I,
over dramatized for us to believe? Like, nah, this is what it really was like,
I, I
and it
Maybe it
think,
wasn't
was.
that though.
but I think a lot of that. I think Boom alluded to this earlier. I think a lot of that has to do with who all had input in the script in the rollout. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if
Right,
we
right.
say Tina didn't get a check off the movie, I do know she had an autobiography. I believe that movie is actually based off her autobiography, if I'm not mistaken. And that movie was a hit. So regardless, even if she didn't get direct like residuals off the film or royalties off the film, I'm pretty sure them book sales went up. And I'm pretty sure that music was selling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When that album, or when that movie came out. You know what I'm saying? So she
Right.
still got paid off of however her and Ike was portrayed. You know what I'm saying? I think Phil brought up a really solid point too. Drugs played a huge part. It's hard to justify yourself as a man if you're still on crack. You know what I'm saying? And to my understanding, Ike Turner dealt with that for years. You know what I'm saying? Even after him and Tina divorced. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he was, you know what I mean? Like he was exactly what the movie portrayed or whatever, but it's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying? Trust a crackhead. You know what I mean? You know, no disrespect to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But if you're dealing with crack and cocaine and heroin and all this other stuff, like it's hard to kind of trust your word, man. I'm gonna kind of go back to what Boom was saying in the beginning because I do feel like we're saying we don't want to think negative of these celebrities, but we're kind of going into exactly what we're saying that shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at this. Rest in peace, Tina, legend, dope music. Go back, Private Dancer, fire. The song she did for the Mad Max soundtrack, fire. What's Love Got to Do with It? All that, Proud Mary, all that stuff is fire, bro. The last I read of Tina, this was several years ago, I think, in Rolling Stone. Her and Cher was doing like they was killing Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? They was doing like, I think, a double show or something like that. Basically just doing all their old catalog from the 60s and 70s and 80s and making a killing. You know what I'm saying? And Tina seemed like she was in a really good place. Mentally, emotionally, definitely financially. You know what I'm saying? Her and Cher was just killing it out there in Vegas, man. So that's the last memory or last thing I really read of her. And this was, like I said, several years back, probably 2014, 2015. Rest in peace to her. I don't know enough about Jim Brown's football career outside of what my stepdad used to tell me when I was a kid. You know, so I know he's a legend. I went back and watched a lot of those old movies, man. Dope. Cujo, I'm gonna be honest, those abuse allegations, that's the first time I heard that, bro, when you brought that up in the chat the other day.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
I never heard of it until he passed. You know?
Yeah, so, you know, to me it's up to the individuals, and I do agree with Cal. Like, to me it depends on what was done. You know what I'm saying? Were you a violator of children and it was known? Because that's what R. Kelly's going to be remembered as, regardless of what he wrote or what he produced or who he put on. That's going to be the memory.
I
You know
knew
what I'm
that was
saying?
going to be brought up. I knew that was.
That's going to be the memory, bro. Like, come on, man.
I know.
That's what it is.
I know.
That's what it is.
Let's go.
That's what it is, bro. Listen, man.
Jim Brown had a crib in the hood for the gangsters to come through in LA. That's what I know.
As much as I had love for the Cosby Show growing up, and as important as that show was to black people and to the culture, whether you mess with it personally or not, let's not forget that Different World was an offshoot of the Cosby Show, and that was a brainchild of the Cosby Show. Fat Albert was a brainchild of the Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying? Brother's a genius, man. As much as influential as he was, bro, when he kicks over and when he dies, we already know what's going to be brought up. We know what he's going to be remembered for. It's not going to be.
I don't agree with that. I can see it
hold on.
Brought up, but I don't.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish my bar. Let me finish my bar. I ain't gonna be long winded. I'll keep it real simple and short.
You got it.
When he dies, they're gonna bring up, yes, the Cosby Show, comedians, but you know exactly what's gonna come right after that first opening sentence, bro. Alleged such and such. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a bunch of other women, Cal, after the brother passes that we never heard of coming forward. That's going to be the rollout, man. That's just what it is. You're not going to remember Jello Pudding Pops. Mm-hmm. You're not going to remember Fat Albert.
Oh, no, you're going to remember Jello Pudding Pops. You remember Jello Pudding Pops.
You're going to remember it, but that's not going to be his legacy.
Coogee sweaters.
It's not going to be his legacy. It's all powerful, but that's...
You're going to remember...
It's changing, man.
What I'm saying is you're...
One at a time.
What I'm saying is you're going to remember it because somebody going to be crazy and they're going to include the pudding.
I agree. Body bags. I think all that was Cosby's powerful. Like whether we want to, whatever you feel about the brother personally, the brother's powerful and he's done a lot. But when he passes, that is going to be the legacy. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's guilty, not guilty. I'm not saying none of that. But just that's what's going to be the narrative, bro. It is what it is.
I disagree with that, bro. Hold on.
Go ahead, Lucci.
I just want to say I disagree with that because I want to say, like, fuck. I know people who are killers, and you know, when they die, they get glorified. You know, but they have that certain group of people just forget about all the fucked up shit that you've done, and when you have your funeral, everybody come out to celebrate and shit. So I don't think. I mean, I'm not gonna say the shit about Cosby won't get brought up, but I don't think that that's gonna be what you're gonna be remembered for. Is this what you did? I think what he did is way more powerful than the shit that he was accused of doing. And I think a person can overpower some allegations, some shit like that, especially Bill. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think that it's not going to get brought up to that, but I don't think that when you mention Bill Cosby when he's dead and gone, bro, you're going to think about, oh, this is what Bill did because
See, they do it now. They do it now.
Cosby's definitely going to be remembered for sexual assault first and
So
foremost.
fact.
He was
I
a
hear what you're saying,
convicted
Lucci.
rapist.
I hear what you're saying, Lucci, but
I don't.
you got to look at the times.
Yeah,
that
we
we
gotta
in,
we gotta
times
bring
that
it
we
back.
in.
But I
Like,
see what y'all saying.
it's over. It's over for that boy legacy.
Lucci,
Yeah,
when
I
So
they
we talk. So hold on. So we're talking more about celebrities, right? Because I'm
black
saying is
celebrities,
I'm talking about people when they die in general. Like when I'm talking like in the
this is
hood, when somebody dies, no matter how fucked up, no matter how fucked up the shit is that they did, how many people they robbed, how much dope they sold, how many people they done killed, nigga. When they die, it's a party. Like people forget about
Yeah, we
all
talking
the
about
bad
celebrities,
shit.
though.
Not
Okay,
everybody,
that's what I
not
was talking
everybody
about. So
feels
it's
that
a
way.
difference. Okay.
Yeah,
this
No,
is
it's not everybody's. It's not everybody that feels that way because you still have mamas and brothers and sisters that still crying about the people that you probably didn't fucked over with them. So no, everybody's not, celebrating when you going on to a better place or nothing like that. But the majority of the hood, they coming out and yeah, it's not
let
gonna
me
be that.
let me rebuttal real quick, bro. Now I do think
Go
this is
ahead.
actually on topic,
Mhm.
because it deals with the topic, man. Bro, when those allegations first came, first off, they Cosby has had these allegations since the '60s. Okay, like let's start there, right? Again, I'm not saying he's guilty or not guilty, but these rumors, quote unquote, have been floating around about this brother literally since he got in the industry, man. Let's start there, right?
called that they
When
alleged he was a rapist for 60 fucking years.
when
It's
the when,
over, bro.
even some of the Cosby kids, Lucci, and again, I'm not saying he's guilty or not guilty. A
Mhm.
couple of them have said that was the word going around when they was youngsters. Like Cosby
Bro,
has
I'm not
issues
even
with
gonna
women.
hold you, bro. That was the time,
Yeah,
bro. That
Hold
was a
on, hold
totally
on.
yeah. We
Let
we
me
different
we we
time of
we we going
hold
life.
into
on.
Like,
something else
Hold
because
on.
this
Let me
brother
no no
this
no.
brother
Let
Nah,
me
is
let
let
me
that not
land.
finish.
hold
Let me
on.
I,
land.
All
Let me
right,
land.
my
all
Let
right.
that
my
not
my
finish.
bad, bro. My
Let
bad.
me
I
land.
just
And this is actually on topic because we're talking about
Yeah.
how black
Y'all
celebrities are
killing
remembered.
Brandon.
Like let me
Mhm.
land. Let me land. Lucci,
Mhm.
the Cosby Show ended. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the original Cosby Show. Because remember they tried to revamp it in the late '90s. The original Cosby Show, I think, ended in like '93 or '94. I might have the years off a little bit, but it ended somewhere in the mid '90s, right at the beginning of the '90s, right? Martin and Living Single started taking off and all that, right? That show stayed in syndication for like 20 something years. Uh, Lucci, you know what I'm saying? It was still on syndication on I think TBS, Nickelodeon, TV1, a couple other stations, right? As soon as those allegations came to public, they took that show off the air. Like every station that was still playing the Cosby Show in syndication, it immediately like they did not want to be associated with it. And then I remember, I don't know if y'all remember this. You guys remember? I think it was Essence magazine or Ebony magazine released a magazine cover. It was a picture of the Cosby Show, right? The cast, and it had like cracks on it, like a cracked camera, basically, insinuating that this was a damaged picture of, what I'm saying, a perfect black family or whatnot. That did a lot of damage, bro. And then it was just like a downward spiral from there, Lucci. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, and this is where I'm going to land at, is Cosby didn't even have to make it to the grave for them to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like they drug that brother's name to the ground the past 5, 7 years, however long it's been, right? And he's over with. He is finished, sir. Like there's nothing Cosby can do at this point in time that is going to redeem him in the public eye. And I'm not trying to convince anybody here that he's guilty or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. And to Cujo's original topic, bro, when they want to kill you, they're going to kill you. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? So if they wanted to drag Ike Turner and make him look a certain way amongst people, that's what they did. And he didn't help his case, like I said, by staying strung out. You know what I'm saying? Kells, they was on him, bro. Man, they going to old houses. They in the cupboards, the cabinets, the freezers, the deep freezer. Where's the tapes at? Where them
So
tapes is? You know what I'm saying? Like
we gotta be
they want to kill you, they
Superman.
gonna kill you.
We gotta be Superman, huh?
I mean, you gotta be
Yeah,
dang near perfect. You see what
We
we
gotta be
just talked about.
Superman. That's what I'm telling you. Like, yeah,
Let-
we gotta
no,
be
no,
Superman.
No, Phil, to
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
your
We
question.
gotta be
no, to
Superman. We gotta
Phil,
be.
to answer
We
your
can't.
question,
We can't have
to
no
answer your
thoughts at
question,
all. We can't have
absolutely
no
is
cracks in the
no change.
armor. Like,
No,
god damn,
Phil,
bro.
you
The
not,
shit
you
seems like,
not,
nigga, the shit is
you
impossible
not
for a
being a
nigga.
rapist doesn't
God
make it you
damn.
Superman, bro.
I understand
Like,
that. I understand that. Nah. I understand what you talk.
Terrible.
I understand. No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah,
Damn,
after Phil go, I'm
how he just presented it was like, damn, a nigga can't. Damn, bro. Damn. What the fuck? Like,
no, finish the
what?
sentence, Phil. Finish the sentence.
I'm
a nigga can't what?
telling you,
A nigga
like
can't piss
a
on
nigga
women?
can't.
No,
No, I'm not saying that. No, a nigga can't be a man though. You see
What
all
is
these
your
other
definition of
brothers. When I'm
what's your
saying a
definition
man
of a
is
man,
like
bro?
sometimes some shit go crazy, right? We get that. I said initially this is a whole different time, and we know this. We're educated enough. We've been in school. We've been around women. We've had education. We've been in school. We know about mental health. We get that part. I'm talking about the brothers that was back then. I'm talking about brothers in my daddy's time that grew up in the 50s and the 60s. It was a totally different time. And the allegations that came out about that brother were about when he was in that time, when it was totally different, when those brothers was getting away with wild shit, bro.
And the fact
Wild
that you just
shit.
said getting away, which lets you know that was some
I'm not
bullshit
saying getting
shit.
away, but I'm saying that it was a prominent thing that was going on because that was the product of our society. We hadn't
Talking about the
grown.
treatment of women.
But
We
just because,
hadn't grown. We
Yeah,
hadn't
this going
grown.
somewhere
We hadn't
else,
grown
man.
socially enough to be like, okay, we understand what this is. We understand how to treat this. We understand how to do all this. So I'm thinking about the time that I'm not speaking about right now, brother. I'm speaking about the time that he
I'm
was
not
in,
speaking
about these
about
allegations that he was talking about in. I'm like, okay, cool. I get it because that was the time that y'all was in. It was the after the 60s. The 60s was the free love. The 70s was the rebellious movement. We moved
and
against.
he was
We all religious.
raping men.
I'm thinking
Keep
about
going.
all that.
Keep going. In the
Nigga,
80s, he was raping
nigga,
men.
it was
In the
a lot
90s,
of-
he was raping men.
oh.
In the early 2000s, he was raping men. So no, there's no, we don't, nah. And to answer your question,
Okay,
no.
so he was always.
If that's what,
So
if
he
that's
was
hold
always.
on,
So he was.
because you
So
just
he was.
cooked, you
No.
just cooked,
So he
Phil,
was
hold on.
always. No.
This going
So
somewhere
no.
else.
I'm asking you. I'm asking because I don't
Can I say
know. I'm
something?
not privy to this.
He was really
So he
doing
was
that?
always
He was really
raping. He was always raping while
Yes,
being on
Phil.
TV for 20 plus years,
Yes.
and
Yes,
nobody said
Phil.
nothing. Nobody
No,
said
Phil,
nothing,
because
Kyle.
again,
Why? Why?
Phil, listen, you just talked. You just ran this.
So you saying he was
Again,
raping bitches for 20
Phil.
plus years and no woman had the courage to come out for 20 plus years and say, Bill Cosby raped me in 1996.
Phil,
Nobody had the
Phil,
courage.
yes, Phil, to answer
When
your question,
Magic
hold on,
Johnson
Phil.
was like, I got AIDS. So nobody had the courage. No, what? Come on, bro. Nah, bro.
Phil, to answer your,
That don't make sense to me. It
no,
don't make sense to
It was
me.
people who came. It doesn't
I'm
make
a
sense
little
because you're not
playback.
listening. You're not listening. The playback's gonna be fucking disgusting for this brother badly.
No, I'm cool.
To answer your question,
Ain't no
yes, he was doing it.
Ain't nobody. What?
Hold on. To answer your question, yes, he was doing it for multiple decades. Yes, at the time, people did try and say something, but as a result of what you said, a product of the time, this is somebody who is a multi-million-dollar black man who's on TV. This man was heavily insulated due to his success. Just like ding, 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 fucking R. Kelly. When you're that successful, you have people there who will protect their investment. So yes, there were files thrown out. That shit was touched on in the case. There were police reports that niggas just conveniently forgot to file. That was touched on in the case as well. The shit went from the 60s to the 2000s. He was doing this. This was not a one-time thing, and it was a calculated hit to get this black man out of here because he wanted to get fucking CBS. This nigga was a serial fucking predator for multiple decades. Period. You know who else was going to get remembered in the same way?
So why weren't they taken? Why weren't they taken seriously then? If it was for 40 plus years, you just alluded to me. 40, 50 plus years.
He was insulated.
Insulated by money. Money doesn't mean anything in the justice system. If I'm accusing you of something and I can apply proof to it,
money doesn't mean anything in the justice system.
No, what I'm saying is if I have proof, I'm saying if I have proof of the said action, then they don't mean nothing about no money. Proof. Where's the proof though? That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, money don't mean nothing when I have proof.
Let's finish this.
Hold on.
You want to talk about these accusations of shit. I'm talking about proof though. If there's proof of things, then why didn't the police act on the things though? That's all I'm talking about. Like you said, all these things are going on with that, brother. Like where the proof at? Where the rape kits at? Where the toxicology shit's at? Where all that shit at?
Can the host talk for a second, man? Because this not. I'm not liking where this is going at all, man. Like,
man, what?
They gonna have to pay for this.
Y'all want to talk about the justice system? We can talk about it.
No. Hold on for a second, man.
Like we talking about. It did get out of hand in the terminology.
I'm not liking where this is going at all.
Yeah, we got the R word. We got to chill on that, man.
Go ahead.
Like this not. Right. I don't know why brothers brought up R. Kelly and all this. Like we talking about people who are alive and all that. I'm not fucking with that, man. Like it kind of fucked up a point that I was gonna make because y'all want to talk about who's gonna be remembered and like, come on. But, listen, man. I don't want this to go, get vaulted or anything. So I still want to, continue my point or whatever. Either way, you're gonna have an asterisk next to your name. If you're a black public figure, if you are a celebrity figure, even if you are a black historical figure. Last 30, 40 years, MLK had to deal with allegations of him messing with white women. None of that was ever confirmed. And who had to be the one to come out and denounce all of that? His wife, Coretta. Same with Malcolm X. The man was definitely soliciting back in the day, but it was supposedly, a white woman that had to write a biography about him, Gloria Steinem, who claimed that, he was being solicited by men. Who had to denounce that? His own daughters. None of that was ever confirmed. None of that was ever true. But that's how it is. You're going to have an asterisk next to your name. There were claims that Garvey was a black capitalist. Was he a capitalist? No. He denounced capitalism and communism and Marxism too. But do people give a damn? No, people don't give a damn, man. As long as what sells and what's popular and what's hot, and if you're a man and you're black, we got to make up some lies about you, and people are going to eat it up just cause for the sake of whatever. Now, I do understand Ty's overall point. Yes, when Brother Bill passes, unfortunately, you're going to see the headlines. People are going to bring up certain things. Is his legacy forever ruined? Possibly, maybe, even yes, overall. But, I to the wider black community and what he's done, his contributions, that can never be erased. It is what it is, however you personally feel. We could definitely argue about that all day, every day. I'm not here to justify nothing.
I got a question for you, Cujo, before we switch topics, bro, because I do think it's relevant. Would you say that these are hit pieces or hit jobs on certain celebrities?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely are.
Okay.
The same people who made those claims about Malcolm X, the same people who made those claims about MLK, they'll gladly make one about a celebrity. They don't differentiate who you are either way. It doesn't matter,
Okay.
I remember, a mass shooting a couple years ago. Some brother in Cleveland or whatever. You know, when he shot an old black man live on camera, and the first thing people bring up was that this man was an alleged predator. Uh, when he was married, when he was 45. Why is that the first thing people bring? And this man got killed on live in front of everybody. Like, that was an old black man that nobody knew, nobody grew up with.
Propaganda.
But that's the first thing we had to hear about. And guess what people did? They focused on that more than the actual crime that was committed against him on Facebook Live. All right, the
So
man was
Cujo, so Cujo, so Cujo,
Facebook is most
who's the
toxic
real
place.
victim, Cujo? Who's the real victim in all this? In the grand
real
scheme of
victim. What do you mean?
things, in the grand
In terms
scheme
of
of
what?
things, who's the? You just talked about somebody who got killed on live,
Yeah.
and the first thing they brought up was his negative past, right? Why?
I mean, I'm not sure why. I know why.
Nah, I don't want to
I
hear
know
that.
why.
They
I know
look, they
why.
just said, look, they just brought out George Floyd. They said George Floyd got a sex tape. They just brought that out years later.
Granted,
Years
yeah.
later, my nigga. What you
Did
think
it have
they do
anything
to
to do with
us,
the
my
murder? Yeah,
nigga?
I
What
know
you
why.
think they do to us? Us,
'Cause I
man,
know
get out
why.
of here, bro.
George Floyd.
Us,
Hey,
my
George
bro.
nigga.
Floyd.
That nigga, he's resting in peace, and still they bringing him up. Why?
Hey, I got my tinfoil
I
hat
agree
on,
with
but I'm
that.
just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go,
No,
bro.
I agree with
There's a
that.
I
lot
can
of
tell you why. Can I tell you why? 'Cause I'm gonna tell you
let's get to
why.
the next topic
I'll
after
tell you
this.
why.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Facebook, internet, people are very toxic, and I learned this yesterday because all I did was congratulate somebody on a relationship, and then a nigga went whole left, and then I proved him wrong, and now he looking like a whole couple in front of his girlfriend, and y'all neither here and there. It's just like I just learned from that lesson, like yo, no matter what you do, if you as soon as you show your face and you start being somewhere on this internet shit, regardless of positive or what, people always gonna do a negative, bro. Like it's always gonna do a negative because some people are just really bitter like that and need therapy, like Cal say, and they just ask. That's why they just want to make themselves feel better. That's it, man. This place fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I see what Phil's saying. They did it because he's a black man. I'm gonna be completely honest.
We the
They did it because
boogie,
he's
we the
black.
boogeyman, Cujo. We the
Yeah, I
boogeyman,
mean, yeah,
dog. We the
yeah.
boogeyman. We the
It's the boogeyman.
boogeyman,
Yeah,
dog.
it's the
They
boogeyman.
look, they gonna paint the picture every time they get a chance to. We the boogeyman. We the boogeyman every time. Even when you dead, you still the boogeyman.
And it's not like I say, I'm not justifying anyone's wrongdoing at all. But if that's the first thing you bring up in someone's untimely death, everybody gonna be remembered differently.
Right. Let the
I
nigga.
I feel like that's a bit odd in my opinion. Why the fuck does anyone care about whether or not Malcolm X was allegedly bisexual or not? Why does that matter? Like, who cares? And it's not even true. What makes it worse? That wasn't even true. But why did there have to be a stigma attached to him? Because people have certain agendas they wanted to make. That's really all it is. So I see what y'all saying at the end
Hey,
of the day.
hey, before
I
we
definitely
close
see
this topic, I do want to say
it.
this,
Yeah.
man. Can we not lump Tina Turner and Jim Brown with certain people?
Yeah.
We
I
we
agree.
under, we understand that abuse is not good. We, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, that's why I
but
had to,
That's
abuse,
hey, boom.
hold on.
My bad, my bad.
But abuse,
I will speak on that after you, bro. My bad.
but abuse and sexual assault, in my mind, are two different levels. Um, like I said, not saying either one is right,
right.
but um, and it's kind of sad because we have a familiarity in our community with domestic violence. So we're probably a little bit more numb to that. But sexual assault, I don't care what time you're in, whether it be the 50s, 60s, and that was what was going on, it don't make it right. So
Right.
whether
I agree.
whether it was normalized in a particular era, which we all know that there were certain things, whether it be pimping, you know what I'm saying, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, our grandpas, you know what I'm saying, out, you know what I'm saying, fucking hoes, and grandma at the crib with 7, 8 kids. You know, we all know we know the stories, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
but or whether it be Jim Brown saying a couple coonish things here and there, whatever, that does not equate to sexual assault. Um,
I agree. Yeah.
so I believe that Bill Cosby, whether true or not, where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I'm saying? We've all heard that before. When 30 plus women come out and say you was tripping, you probably was tripping with 4 or 5 at the least.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately for that brother, his fate is sealed. You know what I'm saying? Whether we like it or not, we in a social media era. First of all, hinting to what Phil was saying, we already know the black man is a target anyway. So when you make that target bigger for yourself, what do you expect to happen? They're gonna kill you. So that's what's gonna happen to Bill Cosby, or has already happened, and will happen going forward post his death as well. So R.I.P.
I
Tina Turner,
agree.
R.I.P. Jim Brown, two legends in they
Hey,
fields. You know what I
hey,
mean?
boom.
So,
I want to expand on what you were saying because you was going exactly where I was trying to take the conversation to. Was that ultimately violence, domestic violence in our community is a problem. We have that. I've been listening to true crime podcasts, and they're all black women, and these black women are talking about cases that involve black women or black men that have us involved in it. And I'd be like, damn, man, it's us that's doing it to us. You feel me? You feel me? Like it's us doing it to us, regardless if it's male to female or female to male. It's all about money, power. I'm trying to like the shit is insane, bro. And I feel like if people are just, if you're unhappy, bro, just leave, man. Just leave, bro. Don't resort to the violence part of it, where we have to put hands on each other, where you got bruises on somebody or whatever. Like, just leave, bro. Leave however you can. Like that, like, cause that's what all this shit lead to, bro. That's what all this shit lead to. Is lead to some violent shit happening, where a man and a woman are getting into some type of argument. Just like the Ike and Tina shit. They were both toxic on both sides. What if Tina got mad and grabbed a knife and stabbed Ike and he died? You feel me? Fucked up. But it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the overall point. You know, I definitely agree with what Boone said. I don't want, because we were just going off on a tangent for a
Yeah, we
bit. We
gotta
got
Yeah,
we
we
ready.
yeah,
con
we do
we
that. We
yeah
definitely went off a tangent. Yeah, yeah,
yeah
Yeah,
yeah.
we gotta
please,
comment.
oh yeah, if you
Yeah.
black,
Yeah.
then
Oh,
do the
oh yeah.
consequences
Before
behind
you edit
everything you
this,
say and do. Bottom line, which I agree. I agree with that 100%. Anything you do and say will be used against you, man. That's just how it is, man. You're gonna get read your Miranda rights somehow, some way,
yeah,
man. You a black man.
Lucy. Before you edit it, bro.
Thank you
Send
for
the
the
original
comment, by the
clip to
way. We
everybody,
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Salute to
because
Jamari.
that shit is hilarious, bro. On the playback, but I know you're gonna edit it because there's a lot of wild shit going on. We're talking.
Man, none of that was funny to me personally. That shit was a
Nah,
little too left.
that's healthy conversation. We need that.
Yeah, it is healthy conversation. It's just it's like
That was
it's the
not
fact you
healthy conversation, guys.
Y'all
no
gotta stop bringing up
what
Kels and
no.
all that, man. I'm tired of
What
hearing
I
about
mean healthy
Kels. Like,
conversation is it's a natural conversation. That's how we actually talk. If we was in a
It has
Discord,
it
the
has
fact
to
that you're
it
being
has to.
yes, the fact that you're being professional. That's why you're looking at it. It's not. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
we
why.
gotta go one at a
That's
time, man. Like,
yeah, we do though.
yeah.
Well, it ain't gonna be one in the time when y'all got 9 niggas in. All right, never mind. Pause.
You gotta try your best. Like, what do you want
yeah,
me
that
to
was
tell you?
I feel that was perfect pause, man. That was I see where that was going. Um, yeah, we're gonna just segue, man. We definitely gonna segue. This is gonna be a lot more lighthearted, man. So we got that bag. At the end of the day, rest in peace to all
yeah,
our
man,
heroes, all
R.I.P.
the
Tina, man,
legends.
R.I.P. Jim Brown, man. Them folks died
Right, that's a
before their time.
Fendi.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Shout out
Ike too, man.
Jim,
Big
Big
cuz.
60. You already know.
Yeah, man.
On Hood.
One of the greatest running backs of all time. Easily maybe top 15. But that's another. We could debate that some other time. Um, we here, man. This is Lucci's topic. You know what I'm saying? This is music topic. Perfect debut single, man. Real lighthearted topic. Any debut single from an artist that you feel like was perfect. You know, even if they didn't last for a particular amount of time, or maybe they were a one-hit wonder, but they had a perfect single.
Bounce with me, Bow Wow.
That's a perfect single. Was that his debut single though? That's what yeah.
Bounce with me, Bow Wow. Yes, that was the debut joint. What?
Chad Moss. That's crazy.
Was it? I don't even remember what his debut single was.
I'm mad that's the first one you thought of.
That was it. Bounce with me, Bow Wow. Bounce with me. Shad, whatever, however he want to call himself. Shad Moss. Bounce with me.
I don't know if that was his debut or not, but
that was the debut single, Joe. I'm telling you, that was powerful. What?
It was good. I don't know about powerful, but it was definitely a fire single. I rapped that.
No, that shit was kind of powerful. I'm from Ohio, from man, so I definitely would know. Saying that was definitely.
I know it was on the Big Mama's House soundtrack. It was on the Big Mama's House soundtrack. By the way, that movie was made.
That was on his first. That was on his first album, Cujo. I'm telling you, that was on his first album, Bounce with Me. He had a single for that. He had an EP with the single Bounce with Me. I'm telling you because I bought it. I'm telling you, I bought it was Bounce with Me with the single John. Then he had the Beware Dog John come right after that with Bounce with Me on it.
Man, can we get to the real powerful singles, man?
Okay. Go ahead. What else hit the hood like that? What else hit the hood like that, dude? Tell me, cuz.
Hold on. My nigga, I feel you, boom, but that nigga from my state, I ain't gonna let you diss him like that. That shit was powerful. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
Man, I got T.I. and T-Pain.
When we talk powerful singles, man, we talking like Gin and Juice, man. Debut single.
I was just
out the gate.
Gin and Juice.
We talking 50. We talking 50 Wankster out the gate, like powerful, like niggas is on the map.
Christ.
Like that's the. Come on, man. Let's get to the shits, man.
Exactly. Bill brought the children to the conversation. He went and grabbed the jit and said, like, let's let the little kids play.
I definitely did. I definitely did. Cow.
Shout out to the kids, man. But and you mentioning Bow Wow, I'm gonna mention one way more powerful than that. Let's shout out Crisscross with Jump Jump. That's powerful.
I was watching that as a jit on MTV going to school, nigga. What?
Very powerful.
Like, powerful.
Definitely powerful, yeah. I mean,
what was T.I.'s joint? T.I.'s debut was
T.I. shit wasn't powerful.
T.I. shit wasn't powerful.
My bad. I'm thinking fucking 24.
It's no flocking the debut. I don't think no flocking.
For Kodak?
Waka Flocka. Hard in the motherfucker. Hard in the paint was crazy.
Over Hard in the Paint, but
let's do it. Hey, what?
Let's do it over that.
That shit hit the streets crazy.
Was the debut actually?
That was his debut single. We talking about singles, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What the fuck you want? Yeah. That's my shit right there, man.
That was crazy. That hit the hood crazy. That what? Let's do it.
I influence.
Hey, what? Hey, that is crazy.
I'm gonna shoot my man some bells. I'm gonna shoot my mans. I got T-Pain. I'm sprung. That shit went crazy.
Classic.
That shit went crazy.
Yeah, that's very powerful.
Hold on. What came out first? I'm sprung or The stripper song.
I'm Sprung was
No,
the
the stripper
debut.
was.
Off
I,
Yeah, the
Wrong,
stripper was
wrong,
okay,
second.
okay.
wrong.
All right, Sprung was
Wrong.
first. Okay. I just want to
Because
Gucci,
clarification.
that set
Okay.
the tone for all that. The I'm in love with a stripper, the bartender, that
There
everything
with it.
came
Hey, to
after.
keep,
She
hey,
ride
to
it.
keep
She
it,
ride
hey,
it. She ride it.
to keep it in Florida, man. Shout out that boy Plies, man, with Shawty, man.
Lies.
Oh, okay. Boom know what he doing. Boom, let's keep it in Florida. Every day
Hey,
I'm hustling. Rick Ross.
Well, I was just about to say. I was about to say every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Man,
really
what?
had it with the singles, man.
Your
That
brother,
was powerful, dog. Every day I'm hustling. Man, what?
Yeah.
your brothers bring up Nelly with Country Grammar.
Fire, powerful.
Fire.
That might. Hey, look. That's in the top 5. Country Grammar, as far as like powerful singles, like that hit every. That was Billboard. That hit the Billboard top.
I'm
At the Billboard
also
top.
go. It was her debut single as a solo artist. Beyonce, "Crazy in Love." That was big. Missy Elliott, "The Rain."
Powerful.
My nigga Nas debut.
My window.
Gucci Man, like, come on, man.
Gucci
Gucci Man. Lemonade. Yeah, I was just thinking that Cujo Lemonade. Lemonade was his first like single.
We talking debut singles though.
Debut.
That wasn't
So Icy would be his debut. So Icy would be his debut.
No, I know. I think it may be Freaky Girl.
Yeah,
so Icy.
Freaky Girl. Yeah, Freaky Girl. Yeah, Freaky Girl is the. Yeah, you right.
I hate
right.
that. Okay.
So Icy got played way too fucking much in my house. That So Icy was insane, nigga. What?
I said,
I really, to be honest with you, I didn't like.
Hey, shout out to the Alpha. Shout out to Alpha for Alpha. Y'all niggas, when y'all heard that, y'all went crazy. Shout out to Fire, man.
Since we
You know what I'm saying? We look to the east.
We gotta say Kanye with the Through the Wire. Powerful.
Through the Wire. First of all,
Through the Wire
was a background story to a lot of these songs, man, because that brother just got out the car crash. He recorded that shit. I think on the hospital bed, like jaw wired and everything. Like that was classic. Man.
50 Cent, Wangster, another nigga that got an accident.
Classic line.
Yeah,
you know, damn homie. In high school,
you was the man, homie. Fuck happened to you? That was crazy. Classic line. Ain't nobody said nothing like that since, Cujo.
Think about 50. What was Ja Rule's debut single?
Shit.
I have to go back to the archives on that.
It's in my head. It's in my pause. It's in my pause.
Relax, Phil. Nobody was even. Brother went into self-defense mode quickly. Like,
brother said, "Pause."
Wasn't "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe" Kendrick's debut single?
It was either that or Swimming Pools. Either one, powerful.
I think it was Swimming Pools. It was Swimming Pools before Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
Swimming Pools, man. I can't stand that song, but I get it. It's powerful for sure, man. The way he was rapping on that shit, I get it, man.
But see, look, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was an album cut before it got like the. They didn't make this a single. It was on the album before. It was like.
That's why I thought that was the debut because I remember that being. Cujo really don't.
I really don't.
He don't remember. Yeah, I was really. Hey, Cal, we was really there. We was really into it. Like, I'm really with this.
At the time, I really fucked with it, but man, I couldn't.
Cujo. I was smoking weed listening to this nigga. I was really in tune with the fuck this nigga had going on.
You feel me? The whole story on that song, like you saw the whole.
You feel me? A whole story. So I think, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was the second joint, but Swimming Pools was the first joint, but it didn't gain as much traction as Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe because Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was an album cut before it got traction on social media. Social media made because he was like, you know what I'm saying? Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, and everybody was saying.
I got a question. What was Nipsey Hussle's debut single? He had a lot of shit. on that Victory Lap album. Even though
Damn.
people knew who he was before, he had a lot of shit before that, but I think that
That's a
album would
good
be his
question. You have
biggest.
to ask Boom that.
Uh,
Boom here, so.
Hey, I got a room
Was it
shaking.
Wax in the middle?
Rap niggas. Rap niggas was his
Oh,
Rap
baby.
niggas?
Yeah,
Rap niggas?
because Rap Niggas was in a Gatorade commercial. Boom is right. Rap
Rap niggas. Yeah,
Putting that
definitely.
song in the commercial
Lucci
is
did not say
hilarious.
Master
I know they
P.
had to.
Bruh, bro, hold on. I got two. Let me get my shit out.
I know. I mean,
First,
if
I
you
got
got to,
ice
Go
cream,
ahead,
man.
Lucci.
I got ice cream, man. Master P.
Classic. Okay.
Ooh.
I got ice cream, man. Let me go ahead and do that, bro.
Ice cream,
Nah, I
man.
got one more too, bro. I had to
Ooh.
get that out, though.
Hey, look, Juvenile would back that ass up.
Yeah, we said Missy. We said Missy.
Y'all said okay,
Not
With
okay,
the
Candy.
rain. Yeah.
Juvenile back that ass up. Juvenile back that ass up. That might be number one, dog.
Yeah.
That might be number one, fool.
Arguably.
Arguably, dog. Juvenile back that ass up as a single. What?
That shit.
Not a
That
nine.
shit still got. That shit still
What's
got.
Lil Wayne?
It's still
I know
hit
what
to
it
this
is.
day. It's still hit to this day.
Is the block is
Block
hot?
is hot.
Black is
The
hot.
block is hot. Is that it?
Yeah.
Lil
I know.
Wayne.
I know. Brothers
The
hate.
block is hot. But see, that was the Hot Boys though. That wasn't Lil Wayne. That was the Hot Boys record.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that was the first time we heard Wayne do that.
That was his debut album. That was his
No, we're talking
album.
about debut single though.
Yeah,
Debut
that was
single
Black
for
is
me.
hot there. Black is hot.
Oh, okay.
The block is
yeah.
Does a nigga who doesn't get mentioned in these conversations who needs to because he was fucking this shit up for like 2 years straight? Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap was hitting niggas over the head with singles back to
That's
back.
queen.
back to back.
I take that back. Fetty Wap is number one.
Queen.
Nah, you
Black
can't do that,
Queen,
Phil.
what?
Nah, Phil.
Nah, bro. Trap Queen hit the
Hold on.
Trap Queen hit the streets,
Hold
my
on,
nigga.
Lucci.
Nah, bro.
Hold on, Lucci.
Big
As a
Jersey.
resident. As a
Big Jersey.
resident. That
Big
was one of the
Jersey.
ones, man. We're not doing. And I'm a singer.
Nah, come on, man. We
Yeah,
not
I'm
doing
singing
that,
it,
bro.
Lucci,
That was a big record. That was a big record.
Lucci, don't you tell me you went in the club. Lucci,
my
don't you
God.
tell me you went in the club and that when that shit
Fetty
hit,
Wap
I
had
said,
two
hey, what's up,
songs,
what's
man.
up? I said, hey, what's up, hello. Nah, you
That
was
bitch
right there
rock,
singing
boy.
that shit.
Oh, my
You was
God.
right there. I said, hey, what's up, hello. Yeah, you was right there singing that shit. Fuck that shit. What you talking about? Nigga, I'm right there.
Fetty Wap was really good.
Yeah, I'm right there.
That shit.
I ain't never letting go.
Yeah. That shit was fire. I'm not gonna-
Definitely powerful, but not number one.
That did hit.
Fetty's one of them, man. Shout out Jersey, man. You know,
Hold up, boom.
what's
I'm talking
my
about
man
the impact
Sean Paul?
though. The impact though. That record hit in in Atlanta, down south, out west, in the
Yeah, but
Midwest.
A few of
That
these
record hit great.
A few of these records we named did that.
You're right. But I'm saying,
what about Future?
That's probably the most recent. That Fetty Wap probably the
Future is
most
crazy.
recent, bro. Like
Future's debut single was Tony Montana, right? Or was it
I didn't like Tony. I didn't like Tony that much.
It was
I didn't like this. It was funny though.
It was cool.
Tony Montana was very
I
catchy.
don't. Was it Tony Montana? Was it what's the joint we said
same damn time.
fish cracker, magic.
No.
Was Magic before Tony Montana?
It was Tony Montana.
Thugger? My nigga Thugger though?
It was that.
Thugger with the
I think it was Stoner or Hookah or
Stoner. Woo! That's Stoner. Stoner. Hey, y'all Stoner.
This one niggas was.
Hey.
Hold on. I do want to preface it. This was grown ass men were swaying their hips doing the nay.
I'm telling you, doing the nay. Real talk. Gangsta ass niggas.
Swaying their arms back and forth doing the nay.
I was Stoner.
At college parties, by the way. Like,
And we gotta show love to Rich Boy, man. Throw some.
Some D's. Shout out. Hey, salute, my brother. Salute my brother Maurice.
Polo the Dawn went crazy on that shit.
Salute my brother
A
Maurice.
lot of
Yes,
hoes give me their
those
number, but I
D's.
never call.
Never
That nigga
call.
was
Hey,
skating.
you
If
tell
he was
me
skating.
what?
Way
I know
too
brothers
much.
hate Lauren Hill, y'all,
Shout
bro.
out my
Y'all
boy
say
Hurricane
Lauren.
Chris with
We
that
don't hate
hit.
Lauren Hill, man. She just over.
Man, brothers hate Lauren Hill, and y'all, man.
Nah. Oh, you saying
Yeah,
you talking
man,
about
I done heard
singers?
it too
Is you
much,
talking about
man.
strumming my
Like Lori? That's crazy.
strumming my pain? Strumming my pain? Come on, dog.
That's
I
not her.
know.
That's not her
Everybody in
debut,
here,
though.
man.
No,
That's crazy.
That's
I think
not
it
the
was that.
debut.
not her
I think it
song,
was
low
doo-wop.
key.
Her
Doo-wop.
debut,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was doo-wop. It was doo-wop. It was doo-wop. That thing. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
said. That
Lauren.
thing.
Yeah,
Doo-wop.
that thing.
Doo-wop. That thing. Yeah, that's Lauren.
My
Yeah.
Y'all
nigga,
say
my
Erica?
nigga, comment.
Nigga say Erica, right? Erica Badu.
Hey,
My nigga,
nah.
yeah, Erica.
Hey, Marie.
My nigga, comment. You used to love her
Hey,
though.
Marie
You used to love her.
single.
I used to
I
love
used to
it.
love it was
Classic.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Used
one
to
of my
Love It was
favorite records.
Hey,
wild.
Marie single though. Hey, Marie single. Woo.
Classic film. It's this one thing that got me tripping. You did. Nigga was that shit was
She went crazy. What?
The drummer was back there going crazy. She was up there. What she said? She was out there. She was out there with the boys. She said, "It's this one thing that got me cripping." You dig? Yeah, she was out there.
Wish they could be so simple, but yeah, that was different.
This is a great This is a good cover, bro. Like, because you could go to everybody and be like, I could pull out their debut single where it like really hit, but that's rare nowadays because nobody's really having like that hit except Glorilla. Glorilla got the new pop shit. That's her. You know what I'm saying? The fuck nigga free. That's her joint, right? Who else got like a powerful? I'm talking about now. Like we talking about like the last like 2 years. Who got like the powerful like single? Like who got the joint? You be like,
but that's rare though, Phil, because the radio doesn't play that much of a impact as it did in the.
I don't think that's rare to have a debut single that was perfect. We talking about singles, not albums. I mean, that's not.
That's what I'm saying. Singles like something that's like perfect for you. Like the fuck nigga free for Gorilla is like that's it. That's perfect.
The last 2 years.
I said Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared.
Bone Crusher. I ain't never. That's powerful.
Bro, you know how many comedians I heard talk about that song before, bro? That song was powerful, bro.
Let's break this down, man. Bone Crusher had the same
don't do it.
in every
Don't
music
do it.
video.
Don't do it, bro.
Listen,
don't do it, bro.
The brother wore
don't do it, bro.
jersey and
Come on,
jean
man.
shorts with Hirachis on in every music video.
Hey man, don't sleep on Hirachis. Hirachis was fire. Hirachis is fire.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Hirachis. Don't sleep on Hirachis. Hirachis is fire, my nigga. Don't do that.
I ain't never scared.
What's the dude before I go broke like John? Fuck my dog like Vic. Is that his single or was it?
Was that his debut?
I think. Talking about We Paid? Yeah, it was. Yeah,
We paid.
I don't think We Paid is his single. I don't think that's his debut. I think it was something like might have been something else.
If you're talking about dog food, it probably was. I think it was dog food, but
dog food. Man.
I think
the baby. Forget about the baby.
What Body Bag just said that was the joint that got that
shit. Yeah.
The song Body Bag just said that was the song that hit in the hood. That rock that pit.
Yeah,
like,
that was the song that
hit in the hood.
Super lit. Yeah, that was the one that made
right. That was the song made him hit it. Like right. I feel you.
We all forgot about one of the biggest debut singles ever, like in music history.
Oh no! Don't do this.
Lose Yourself with Eminem. That shit is like spiritual shit.
That was not his debut.
I don't think that is his debut.
His debut was My Name Is.
Yeah, My Name Is.
Oh, My Name Is.
Which is powerful.
My Name Is.
That's still
in itself. Hey, since you said that, Cal.
My nigga Young Jock, man, it's going down.
It's going down. Hey, look. Hey, look. Lupe Fiasco. Kick push is crazy as a debut single that just come out like, yo, it's fire. The video was fire. The song fire. Like,
That was powerful for sure.
That's going down was fun. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga had the summer, man. That's
Yeah,
something
that
that,
boy
bro.
Jock
Oh
had
my
the
god.
Jock,
I just stopped
what?
talking
Jock had the
about oh my
whole
god,
South.
man.
He had the whole South locked down. Everybody was going
Bro,
Well, that
down.
album, that
It's
album,
going
that album
down.
only that.
Hey, man, what?
bro, that brother was touring
Ooh.
with 2 songs, man. He
Yeah,
was
Young Jock's
touring with
first
2
album was
songs,
fire,
man.
man.
I'm not
Young
gonna
Jock's
lie,
first
bro.
Yeah.
album
Hey,
was
look,
fire.
hey, Lucha.
He was
Hey,
touring
y'all
with 2
been there.
songs, man.
I done
2
that. I
yeah,
songs.
knocked the nigga
niggas sleep
out
on that new
of
Jock album.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
for
What was
Hey,
Shorty Lowe's debut
No, y'all
single
forgetting
wasn't
about that. I do you
Nah,
you
do your
bad? That
bad.
shit
do you
hard. Y'all
bad?
don't
yeah,
I
know,
do
bro.
you do
yeah,
you bad? Hey, that
yeah,
That
album
I've
low
album.
been
key
there.
slept on, buddy.
Yeah,
No,
That album.
that new
I've been
Jock
there,
City was
I've done
classic.
that.
Niggas
That's
sleep.
boy, that's my
New
shit.
Jack City was hard, man.
Cool.
And
I think that was Shawty Lowe's shit.
Shoulder lean was like
Shorty Lowe's
Shoulder
was
Lean by Young Dro. Oh my God, that might be number one, dog. I ain't gonna hold.
This nigga still got. This nigga still got.
Still think everything from the South that was powerful. Number one.
Yo,
Watch this.
nah,
Boom.
Shoulder
Watch this.
Lean
Boom.
though.
Watch this. Boom. Watch this. Watch me show you. Hey,
No, no,
Crime Mob, Nuck if you bucks.
Ooh,
Crime
no.
Mob.
I
Nuck
got
if you bucks.
some. I got some
Nah,
better than that.
it's
And I
top
got
five though.
it's
That
not
nut
five.
is
I got something better than that. It's not even right.
hey,
I got something better than that. I got something better than that. It ain't a rap. It's that what's that Wayne Wonder joint? Soon as you hear that Wayne Wonder joint, and that's his
Oh,
only.
that
Niggas gotta get
We killed that, my nigga. Fuck with that. Wait, what you say? That bitch come on, y'all hips already get the rocket. You feel like, oh hell no. Where the next pay? Where you at? You feel me? Where you at? Where you at, man? Hey.
Reggae song, we touch everything but reggae, bro. Like, we gonna have to
Niggas forgot Chief Keef badly. Niggas forgot Chief Keef.
Oh no, Chief. Hey Cal, shut up. I'm about to run up out of here. That nigga.
I hate the remix, by the way. I ever hate the remix.
Yeah,
Nigga, no, you fucking with Rich and them. What?
Yeah, original.
They try to do me like they did Mike.
That nigga keep saying, yeah, I was fucking with Lil Rich and them.
Oh yeah. By the way,
What?
Shorty Lowe's debut single was Day Long. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, they know it's crazy. Man, y'all bringing up some crazy debut singles, bro. Like this is a tough convo, bro.
What Pac debut single was?
Ooh.
I knows that. Pac. Tupac.
Shit.
How do you want it?
No, that's not the debut.
Nah. Too late.
Right, Brenda's got a baby.
Brenda's got a baby.
Go live, but you gotta change his avatar.
Nah. I love his picture. Shout out to Head Ice. Shout out to Wolf. Shout out to the Wolf, man. I love his picture. Man.
Rest in
Shout out to the
peace,
Wolf, man.
Shawty Lowe. Shawty Lowe has some dope ass shit. All the dun and all that. Acknowledge me. Like that shit.
Stop it.
Man, what, bro? That debut album, since we're on the debut single, that debut album from him, dog, bro, it might not be no skips on that hoe, bro. Like, real talk, it might not be no skips on that hoe. That big hit.
Hot nigga, yeah, I'm burning up.
That's
Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
That's Shawty Lowe. Hey, Hey,
Come on,
Christian,
man.
what's your fantasy, right? That was Ludacris. That was his debut. What's your fantasy, Boom?
Was that the
That's the
debut?
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
debut.
As far as
I
like
think that's
mainstream, yeah.
I know it was on
the
the debut album.
mainstream.
It was
Yeah, I
on the
think
debut.
that's the debut.
If you're fantasy, yeah, that's your
I
Yeah.
think
Fantasy.
that's the debut, bro.
If so, that was cold.
The fantasy.
They gotta get Ludacris,
different, man.
man.
We
Ludacris
gotta
make
throw
a record, bro.
gotta throw them franchise boys in there, man.
Oh yeah,
The
Oh,
White
franchise
Tee.
boy in my
White
white
Tee.
tee.
yeah, my
That hit
white
the
tee.
streets. That hit the streets like crack cocaine, dog. In my white tee.
Niggas and champs copping the 4XLs for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
In a lot. In a lot.
Man, you know how much money they made off t-shirts, like, bro.
T-shirts and
Oh my
jabos
god.
with white Air Force Ones. Oh man, you couldn't tell a nigga nothing.
They had
You
the
know,
five
some of the stores got rich off those t-shirts, bro. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Listen, by the
He
way,
got
man,
rich.
only black people can make shirts that go past the ankles popular, man. Like only niggas, man.
Hey, Cujo, wearing a
Niggas put on a
headband.
nightgown and made it popular.
Wearing a headband. Wearing a headband though.
Wait, speaking of that, we can't forget Soldier Boy, man. I can't.
Okay. Oh shit.
Can't forget Big Draco.
Mr. Internet.
Cannot forget Big Draco at all.
By the way, I got a roll out for that song. I heard the song before it came out. Because I remember Soldier Boy used to promote the song on LimeWire by putting it like on fake. I guess he would like put it on other files of other songs. So if you try to
Nigga say what you want to say. He was putting it on porn, nigga. Putting it on porn.
Yeah,
videos.
bro. He was putting that shit on everything, bro. So I'm hearing the song. I'm like, what is this Hawaii ass beat? What the fuck is this? I'm like, who is this? 6 months later, I see the song on 106 Apart. I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
I got you, Lucy. I know niggas don't want to say it, but nah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We cannot.
That might be number one, dog. That might be number one, dog. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah. I hear you about the ice cream man, but
Ice Cream Man
It's
came
not
out
a
before
debut.
it's not. Boom. Why we gotta be so technical about this?
Hey man.
Nigga had a tank in the gym, boom. He put a tank in the gym.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
What's Young Jeezy's debut single? What's Young Jeezy's doing?
Soul Survivor. I was clubbing around that time. Yeah, Soul Survivor.
Yeah,
His
Soul
debut
Survivor.
Singer, Soul Survivor.
Okay.
That was the debut.
That was the debut. See, look, that's why it's hard because like
Soul Survivor came.
that's a debut single, but like I ain't really. When I think about debut single, I think about what make you lit. Like what single made you lit? Not just like that's what I think about debut.
Right.
That's when you debut, and that's when you really debut and become
right
big.
now.
Yeah, but
That's
Soul
a
Survivor. Soul Survivor is what made him big industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the boys in the hood. Yeah. That rollout was perfect though. I ain't gonna lie though.
That might be the joint that got him lit though. The boys in the hood. I did anything for profit.
That definitely. Yeah, once they heard him.
Yeah, that rollout was fire.
That was
the first verse too. The verse is all nigga really wanted to hear on the boys in the hood. Let's just be honest.
The best single on that song to me is And Then What? That's the best single on there to me personally. Like,
and then what?
First,
the Mania.
Yeah. And then what? Yeah. That was.
Jesus has so much. But
we gotta throw Akon in there with the Locked Up.
Oh
man, Jersey. Yeah.
Hey man.
Jersey again, man.
And we gotta thank Wayne for what he did. We gotta thank Wayne for what he did for them player circle boys, man.
Yeah.
If I
don't do nothing, I'm a ball. I'm counting all day like the clock on the wall.
Yeah. Some
Go
girl
and
and
get
get
your
your
money, little
money,
duffel bag
duffel
boy.
bag,
Hey,
boy.
Man, he actually
And
pushed
I
this
ain't
Carter
never
3 back
ran
to let
from
2
my
Chainz
nigga,
drop
man.
his
I
album
ran from
that
my
year too,
nigga,
man.
haters
Two,
start
what
running.
2 Chainz single was? Fuck 2 Chainz
Shit,
single was.
I
The
don't
first one.
remember.
was
Man,
it
he pushed.
the birthday joint
Uh,
with
I
Kanye?
think that's the second one. That might be the second one. Man, hold on, that might have been the first one. If that was the first one, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, shit hit. That shit fucking hit.
That birthday joint.
I'm trying to see what was Drake. What was Drake joint on his debut album?
Uh,
I think it was the baby, you my everything. Was that it?
Isn't it just best
nah,
I ever had?
that,
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many,
What was it?
Bed
Aaron?
Rock was before the Baby
It
Was
was the best I
Everything,
ever
though.
had,
They
wasn't it?
came with the Bed Rock
Best I ever
first. That
had.
was the
What was the joint with
Baby You
him
My
and
Everything.
But that wasn't on the debut album though.
I think it Say Something, man. I think it's the joint with him and Timberland, man. I think it Say Something. I did it all for you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it was that
that was
joint.
that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, we could work it out. Yeah, it was definitely that one.
That's not the sing. That wasn't the first single, though.
But that wasn't
That
on the
Timberland.
that wasn't
Nah,
on the
that was
debut
not. That's
album.
not the first single he had.
It
Drake had
wasn't?
did Bed Rock and all the other shit back after
No.
before that
That
Timberland
was
song.
hold on. Room for
What was
Improvement.
Cujo, break it up, Cujo.
what was on Thank Me Later, the debut album?
Find Your Love, I believe, was on there. I think Best I Ever
You
Had.
underwater, Cujo.
Oh, Best I Ever Had was on there.
Yeah. Hold
Oh,
on.
if that's then shit, that is it's that then. If that was on the album.
Y'all can hear me now?
I don't know. It'd be better if you just look it up. Cause Find Your Love is kind of lit too. Like, I don't. If you really don't know, we gotta find that out.
I mean, I just don't know which one was the debut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause Find Your Love, Best I Ever Had, it was both like hits off that shit.
Hold on for a sec.
Hey, you good now?
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, okay. Man, I was thinking that the drink was on comeback season, man. I thought it would Say Something, man, with Timberland, but I guess I don't remember, to be honest.
That one of my favorite Drake tracks, man. That Timberland song.
Shit, Thank Me Later, my favorite Drake album. It's either that or what was the drink that came? What was another Drake album that came around that time? I don't remember. Yeah, I think we talked about all them singles. To be honest, I mean, unless there's more, I'm sure there's a whole bunch more. I ain't gonna lie. I could think of
It say his debut single was Over on Thank Me Later.
Over. Okay. I fuck with Over though. I fuck with Over badly. That beat is crazy. Yeah, we gonna segue to something else though, man. We listen, man. This is the one all brothers is waiting for, man. All the movie enthusiasts, Ty, Boom, Sebastian, um, best directors, man. Best directors all time. I'm not gonna lie, we gonna be here all day, to be completely honest. So we're gonna have to really preface this by making this list very specific, man, because I know what Lucci gonna do, man. I already know what Lucci gonna do. Gonna bring up random people.
In that
Try to
Shyamalan.
punch.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah, I know he gonna try to punch Tyler Perry to be like top 10 or something ridiculous.
Oh
Man.
no,
We're
no.
not doing none of that tonight. We're gonna keep this very
I
professional
mean,
and bring up the
Spielberg.
goats. Yeah, the Spielbergs, the Bruckheimers, and the Kubricks, and all them, man. You know, them brothers, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is gonna be difficult. It's gonna be kind of tough, man. Because if you go by accolades and awards, critically acclaimed films, all that, I mean, this is gonna be very tough. I think we should just do five, and then everybody else could just be mentioned. Because if we this is gonna be a long ass drawn out one. if I don't make this very specific. So
Mm.
I think
Where
we
that
could do 5.
where that boy Sebastian at, man?
Yeah, yeah. Sebastian gonna have to. Yes, Lucci, man, you're gonna have to send a back signal out to Sebastian. Brother Ty gonna have to pull up. Um, I know Maine, man. I know you here to hate, brother, but okay, Sebastian in the building, man. Yeah, yeah.
I'll go ahead and kick it off, man. I just throw one name out there, and I guess Cujo, is this just like with this topic we just doing like in totality,
Yeah, in
like the
totality for
word,
sure.
box office, quality,
Hmm.
all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
For
Yeah.
sure.
So, uh, the first name I'll throw out there is James Cameron. Um,
Mm.
he has 3 of the top 4 highest selling films of all time. Uh, to his credit, 3 of the top 4 uh, highest selling films of all time. So he covers the box office. He also covers the innovation when you think of shit like Terminator, Alien, um, doing shit that had never been seen before prior to him. Um, and longevity, you know what I'm saying? The Avatars have come out within the last decade, and they're the 2 biggest films of the last decade. So the man just know what he doing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Whether you are a fan of, knowing what the films are about or whatever the case may be, like he knows what's going to sell, what's gonna hit. Um, yeah, man. So that'll be the first nigga I throw out, James Cameron, man. You look at his resume, man. Shit damn near flawless. Did Titanic. You know what I'm saying? If you was old enough to remember what Titanic was back in '97, it was the biggest thing in the world at that time. Um, yeah, man. So shout out James Cameron, man. I think definitely easily one of the best directors of all time.
Mm. I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not mad at that. I know Cameron was, the special effects guy, action guy, you know what I'm saying? So box office, you know what I'm saying? That's who he was. So if we're going by that alone, he could definitely argue top 5. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah,
Critically acclaimed films and all, this is where it gets interesting, like it gets kind of interesting because, like I said, we can mention the Kubricks. Um,
hmm
who else is in that lane?
Scorsese.
Of course, okay, Scorsese. Shit. Who else, man? I'm trying to think. Oh, Coppola, Francis Coppola. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Ah, this gonna get interesting, man. This gonna get interesting.
All them names you mentioned is goats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
all ghosts in their own respect, for sure. Yeah, for sure, for
real
sure.
quick, because I think when I had brought this topic up a while back, I had brought it up in particular because I wanted somebody to get uh, credit that I don't hear mentioned
Oh
too
yeah, you
often.
did.
Actually, 2 niggas that I don't hear mentioned a lot. The first being Michael Mann. Um,
I was just about to name Michael, man.
Oh, that's
yeah, shout
crazy.
out, shout out Sebastian. Michael Mann is one of them niggas, like on some personal shit, like anything he dropped, even though my man, he got a couple duds, you know what I'm saying, out there where I don't know what he was thinking, but
Miami Vice, but that was
yeah,
due to Colin
yeah,
Farrell and Jamie Foxx. It wasn't his fault.
yeah.
What you
But
mean, Jamie
when,
Foxx? Go
but
ahead,
hold
bro.
on,
Those both great actors,
but
man,
when
bro.
he's
Yeah.
been,
Nah.
when he's at his best, man, and I also give him the title of having the best gun action sequences in film,
I agree.
for their realism. Um, yeah, the shit is crazy. If you just want an example, I think I mentioned this before. If you go back to Collateral and
Yes, sir.
watch Collateral, there's a scene in the alleyway
Yep.
uh, where the guys are attempting to rob Jamie Foxx,
Mm-hmm.
and Tom Cruise comes out
Boom, boom, boom.
and the rest is history, right? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other guy I want to mention is Ridley Scott.
Yes.
Yeah, Ridley is another one of my favorite go-to guys, even though he's dropped the ball a couple times here or there.
Yeah.
But his best shit is is top of the line. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, man. So want to give them two brothers they kudos, man. I don't hear them mentioned a lot. They're respected, obviously, amongst their peers and in the industry. But the casual person that watches movies, you know what I'm saying, probably wouldn't bring them up. You know what I'm saying?
What we
So,
gonna do though?
Agree.
I will.
What
I
we
will.
gonna do? Go
Uh-oh.
ahead,
Here we
Sebastian.
go.
Yeah, you know what we gonna do. I know we gonna put some
Here we
respect
go.
on, bro.
No.
We not gonna
But
do. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you
hold
gotta
on,
do.
let
Go ahead.
Sebastian get his bars off.
Get your shit off, Sebastian. Go ahead. I got
Before we
something
get
for y'all niggas
before we get
tonight.
cringy.
Before
Go
you
ahead.
get to the filth, I gotta name Guy Ritchie and the Coen brothers. I don't know if people are familiar with the Coen
Both
brothers.
legends.
If you do a little history of the Coen brothers, man, they they got some heat, man. They
Might
definitely have
arguably
some
be
heat.
the best director brothers, man. They might.
It's no debate, man. No debate.
You got the Russos. You got the.
See, I think it is. I think it is a debate, Sebastian. When you look at Tony Scott and Ridley
Really?
Scott,
Tony
They got
Ridley,
too many. Tony is.
it's too much. It's too much. R.I.P. Tony, man. He committed suicide. I don't know.
I got one. When it comes to classic karate movies,
he had going on.
like,
I don't know what he
Rest
had
in
going
peace,
on either, fam.
Yeah.
By the bag. Go ahead. I know you're gonna do it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
when it comes to real classic karate
Christopher
movies,
Nolan too.
they always
Nolan's
tell
a
me,
great
man,
one.
if you watch a karate movie, like one of them 80s karate movies with the mouth and stuff like that, make sure it's made by the Shaw brothers, like Mystery of Chess Boxing and shit like that. Like those, they fire. You know what I'm saying? So like, 'cause I'm not really big on directors, man. I just go in there and watch the movie, break it down. I don't really be caring about who made the shit for real. I'm here for the entertainment. So I'll let y'all do that. But that's one people. When he said brothers, I thought about the Shaw brothers. I got a question: is George Lucas is he a director or he's just a writer?
Believe he is. Is he not a director?
Yeah, he directs.
He
directs.
directs. Yeah, he directs.
He directs. Okay, then do we throw him in there? Yeah, do we throw him in there just for the Star Wars shit?
He wouldn't be top.
That's
He
front
wouldn't be
door,
top
man.
5.
I wouldn't throw him in there personally
Right.
because
Me neither, man.
his catalog is pretty solely based on Star Wars.
Right.
And there ain't really much diversity with George Lucas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you think it's unfair? You know what I'm saying? As you saying?
I ain't saying it's unfair. I just don't think he got the body of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't
got the body of word. Yeah, compare and contrast.
It's all Star Wars, fam. I looked it up. It's all Star Wars. That's basically it. Like Star Wars.
Okay. Brothers that bring TP up, right? I see what y'all doing there, yeah.
Ooh, toilet paper.
Toilet
paper. Fam, I got plenty. I got plenty of toilet paper, man. I got plenty of toilet paper.
Right? Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, this was going on, right?
If we did black directors, right? Because there's way too many legends we can name that are way over Tyler Perry.
He top 25, fam. Come on, man.
No, he's not. I got Antoine Fuqua. I got Antoine Fuqua better than some, man. Yes, absolutely, man.
Clearly.
Like if we talk about black directors, if we go down that route, Fuqua,
Lucci is trolling
Spike
right
Lee.
now. We've already
come on, man.
Yeah,
and y'all didn't make me change my mind, though, boo.
We already
y'all, bro.
Of the black directors that TP is.
Yeah, we already did it. We talked about this. The Hughes brothers, Singleton, Lee, Fuqua. Who else, man? Who else is up there?
F. Gary Gray.
F. Gary Gray. What's the brother's name that made?
Y'all don't got 25 niggas better than
the Hughes brothers. I just mentioned
him. The Hughes, them dudes. Yeah.
If we talk about directors overall, yes, there are 25 directors over Tyler Perry. Yes.
I can't see
It's no
Cujo. I
debating.
can't see
No
it, man.
debating.
The
You
Wayne's
want me to
brothers.
name 25? We could go 25. Bro. It's not that difficult.
It's not that
Bro,
difficult. Everybody we
I
named
tell
got
you,
Guy Ritchie. I got
And it
Guy
don't have to be
Ritchie.
in order.
hey,
That's
they,
names so far. That's like 15.
you're gonna just start throwing names out there after you get to about 15, fam. I'm not gonna lie,
Bro, we
man.
don't have to listen in
Quentin
order.
Tarantino. Like, come on, fam. It's gonna get dark for
Tarantino,
Son. It's gonna get dark for Son, yo.
Nolan,
It's gonna get
George
dark for Son.
Lucas, Scorsese, Coppola, goddamn, we just already mentioned
Michael Mann,
Michael
Do
Mann.
y'all,
Shit,
I
I
got a
throw
question.
Michael Bay.
Do y'all have
Michael Bay,
y'all have
James
Jordan,
Cameron.
y'all have
Tony, Tony
Jordan,
Scott, Ridley
you have
Scott.
Jordan Peele. Do y'all have Jordan Peele over him?
I mean,
Hell
I'll name.
no.
Hell
I mean, I don't want to say yes.
no.
I
Hell
don't want to
no.
say yes, but they
Bro,
both
don't do
trash.
that.
So
Don't do that. Don't do that,
They both.
Sebastian. Cause now
So okay,
it's
so
a narrative getting
so
pushed
really, who
now.
like?
Now,
Let's break this down. Let's break this down.
go
Who
ahead,
really
brother.
is Jordan Peele or Medea? Because I would watch Jordan Peele before Medea. Medea just I didn't
No
I didn't
way
like that.
agree.
That was shit
possible.
for bitches.
Come on,
That was shit.
man.
Out of all black movies, that's some shit. I'm like, okay, oh, let's watch Medea. No, bitch, I don't want to watch that shit, especially in my house. You watch that later when I fall asleep or some shit. I ain't trying to watch that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I know we black and all. You know what
Spike
I'm saying?
Lee, like it's just the list goes on and on, man.
Hold on.
Spike better than Tyler?
I know we niggas and we want
I
to.
know you're not serious right now.
I know we
You
we want
serious? Like
we
what?
want to give our black people kudos, and I understand that.
Right.
But can we appreciate the niggas that actually know what they doing, man? Like the
Right.
niggas that actually really in this craft have been doing this 30, 40 years. These niggas is masters of direction. Like respect
So
to
what's
Tyler
y'all
Perry.
beef with Tyler, bro? What's y'all beef with Tyler?
Respect to
Go ahead,
Tyler.
my
And
bad.
respect to his come up. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody, man was homeless and lived in the car, and it was a good compelling story and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's not in the class with these brothers,
At all, man.
Wes Anderson.
You just throwing names out
Wes
there.
Anderson don't get brought up.
I mean,
Wes Anderson,
Sebastian.
man.
There's a lot of directors. We could even go actors who got better director.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Tyler
We're
Perry,
not
yes,
gonna do
we
that.
are.
You say debuts?
Yes.
Or we talking about their whole filmography?
No, their
Now,
whole
we're not-
filmography too. Yes, man. There are actors who have better directing. Directing discographies, man, or filmographies.
David
than
Fincher.
Tyler
If you
Perry.
don't know who David Fincher is, he directed Seven,
Fire.
Gone Girl, Zodiac.
Classic.
Okay. I don't know.
He doesn't get brought up enough either.
Even actors like Guy Ritchie, like Sebastian said.
I like this about to be cringy, but I like Creed 3 better than any Medea shit. Listen, Medea cool. I just don't fuck with it.
Yeah,
I'm
Michael
sorry.
B. Jordan is definitely a better director than Tyler Perry. That's not even up for
What?
debate.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
man.
You know what?
The Curious Case of
Hey,
Benjamin
bro.
Button. That's David
I
Fincher.
got it, bro. I see what
Oh,
this
Benjamin
is,
Button.
bro.
Yeah, I seen that
Yeah.
in theaters. That was fire.
David Fincher
I
did
got
that
it, bro.
movie.
David Fincher.
I thought I wouldn't like that movie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I wouldn't like that movie initially, but it wasn't bad.
And it aged well too.
It definitely.
We need to get some
did.
women up here. I
CGI
want to have this debate with some women about the Tyler Perry situation.
Yeah, man.
I don't.
Man, I don't either. I'll pass.
You know what? I feel going. That's not.
Yeah,
When that day
definitely
when that day is here, just know I'm an easy pass right off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right off
bro.
this topic of discussion, I'm an easy
Jesus
pass
said-
right off.
That told me the color purple is trash.
Y'all
man.
niggas hate it.
I gotta
It is trash,
I gotta
It is
really
trash.
just, you know what?
Spielberg is
When
another
you
one you
tell-
could argue top five, but that movie was terrible, man.
Yeah.
Color purple is no, bro. Come on, man.
On the playback, it just wasn't good, man. It
Right.
wasn't-
That's
Bro,
what
we
I'm
talking
saying.
about the playback, man. We talking about from at
When
that
it was out
moment,
of
at that
print,
time,
it
bro. Come on, nah. That's a
It
lie.
wasn't.
That's a
good,
lie.
man. We're not-
I wonder how much money it
Even-
made, bro.
Especially in my like an adult brain, like I'm like, fam, this is not good, yo. It's just not good.
Okay, at that,
It wasn't.
do you have another movie that you can compare to the color purple at that time? We still on movies. So.
That movie came out in 1989. So I mean, they were.
We could go
definitely-
early 90s. We could go early 90s, late 80s.
There are
Slave
better
movie?
black
Like,
movies
come
than
on, man.
That
What we
wasn't
doing?
a slave movie. That wasn't a slave movie. The Color
What I
Purple was
mean
a
is,
great
okay, let me not use the word
Okay,
So,
Glory
slave.
Road came.
When I
Okay,
say
Glory Road came out around that time. School
I get what you're
Days
saying,
came out around
Sebastian. It
that
give you that.
time.
It give you that Negro
Uh,
spiritual type.
Do the
yes,
Right Thing.
yes,
Do
thank
the
you,
Right Thing
thank you.
came out around that time because that movie came out, I think, in 1990. That came out around that time. These are movies that are
got that over the Color
significantly.
Purple.
Yes, all of that's over the Color
Oh
Purple.
my
Be for
God!
I
real, man.
prefer to watch Do the Right Thing opposed to
It
Color
was
Purple.
like,
Yes,
nah, come on, bro.
do
Y'all
too.
Man,
brothers
Do,
speaking.
saying
Hold on.
anything tonight. Y'all brothers saying anything
Speaking.
tonight. I
Speaking.
see what it
No, we
is.
not. No, we not. We know we not.
Yeah, they
Speaking
is,
color
bro.
purple and slave movies. There's so
No,
many
Do the Right
slave movies
Thing.
that's
Do the
actually
Right Thing
better
has
than
one
that.
of the best social commentaries in the film
yes,
in a
yes,
while, man.
yes,
Stop it, man.
yes.
Like, come on,
Racism,
man.
socialism. It's just yeah. It's one of those
It
films,
has so
man.
much significance in that film, bro. We're
A
not
lot
doing
of
that, man.
impact. A lot of impact.
Definitely a lot of impact, man.
Bro,
I got the Jordan Force because of that fucking movie,
hold
man.
up.
Oh, David
Come
Fincher
on,
also
man.
directed The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is another good film.
Oh my,
Hey,
the one that
bro.
came out 2011.
Yeah,
That was that's a classic. That movie is very underrated, man. It doesn't
it's
get brought up
amazing,
enough.
man. It's amazing.
It
Y'all
doesn't
brothers
get
trying
brought
to
up
tell
enough
me,
at all.
nah, let me say this, bro. Y'all brothers trying to tell me the Color Purple trash, but the Color Purple jumpstart Whoopi, Oprah, and Danny Glover career, bro. Like, so how
Whoop.
could that move?
Wait a
Yes,
minute. Whoopi
yes.
Goldberg.
Danny Glover
Nah,
was
it
already
jumped.
doing Lethal
Nah,
Weapon
nah,
by
he
then.
wasn't. Nah, he
Hold
wasn't.
on,
He wasn't
hold
that,
I
on.
bro. He
thought I
wasn't
thought
Danny
that.
Lethal
Glover.
Weapon.
hold on.
He
Lethal
wasn't
Weapon
that,
came out
bro.
in
Come on,
'87.
man.
When
Yo,
did
he
Color
has to
Purple come
stop
But
out?
this,
that
man.
wasn't that. Come on,
A
man.
Color
Come
Purple
on,
came out
man.
in '89. It
The
came out
Color
I
Purple
thought
'89.
did way more for him than
I
Lethal
thought
Weapon.
Lethal Weapon was already out by then.
It was out, yeah, for sure. It was out
All right.
Wait
already.
a
Was it
minute.
out?
You
Okay.
talking
Yeah,
about
it was. Yeah,
Lucci?
Lethal
You
Weapon came out
saying Whoopi
80,
Goldberg?
86,
Yeah,
86 to
Whoopi.
87.
Stop acting like Whoopi wasn't her. Like,
I
Man,
what
mean,
you
yes,
she
talking
Whoopi,
did
about?
Whoopi is a
Sister
good
Act.
actor.
What? She
All she
wasn't.
did was Sister Act
Oh my
and
god.
Ghost. And in Ghost, it wasn't really her. It was Patrick Swayze.
Eddie wasn't
Yeah,
there.
So Whoopi don't
Eddie
get
was
no
fire.
credit for
I fuck with
Ghost.
Eddie.
We're not doing that, Sebastian, bro.
Man,
We're not doing
mom
this,
could have.
tennis.
Man, Mom
Bro,
Deuce
we're
could have
not
played her
doing
role in Ghost,
it.
man. Mom Deuce could have did that.
Now, I fuck with Whoopi as an actor, but not for that movie specifically, man. I'm
No,
sorry,
man,
man.
Not
stop
for
it, Lucci.
Ghost
Yeah,
or Color Purple.
like
Which
a
one you
toxic.
talking about, Cujo? Ghost or Color
I
Purple?
fuck with Whoopi Goldberg as an actor, but not for The Color Purple. I can't
Oh
do it with that
my
movie, man.
god, bro!
I'm
She
sorry,
was that was
Yeah,
bro.
and like I was
I'm
trying to
Bro,
sorry,
say,
man.
man.
she was
As far as
ugly.
battle,
Bro, that role. Who else could have played that role, bro? That would have fit the description of silly, bro. That's what you're not understanding, man. That's what I'm talking about. I
Man,
don't feel
I
like it's
just
another actor that could have played that role that would have fit the description of silly, bro.
Oh,
Like
they,
that movie has so many lines in it, bro. Like, come on, man, y'all, we not gonna let you. I'm not letting y'all just slander the Color Purple.
David Fincher also directed Fight
No,
Club,
we
by the
not.
way.
classic,
Brother's still
classic, man.
punching on color purple,
Yeah,
man.
they
Like,
try. They trying to.
David
They
Fincher
trying to.
directed Fight Club. I'm
Not
just
letting these brothers
letting
get this
Lucci
off,
know
man.
that. I'm letting Lucci know
Not
what
letting them
David
get this
Fincher
off
did.
tonight,
Like
man.
if you're not
Yeah,
familiar with
we
David
could get
Fincher,
back. Yeah, we could get back to directors, man. We could definitely get
Go
back to
ahead, man.
directors.
Let's talk about
As I
the
said,
actual influence, the impactful niggas, man. Leave these scrubs.
yeah,
thank you,
Oh, nigga.
thank you, yo.
who's the scrub?
This is
who
the
is
Hey,
NBA.
we'll
dissing
get
niggas
this to some
all night
TP
and
fans,
impactful?
bro.
This the
we
NBA,
was talking
man.
about Color
This
Purple
Who's
the
the
already.
scrub?
NBA, man.
Who's the scrub?
Yeah,
This the
This is
NBA,
TP,
Lucci.
man. Talking
He's
about
we
Tyler
talk,
TP,
Perry.
man.
Talking about toilet paper.
we talking about the
Oh,
G League.
Tyler Perry.
We're not
Man,
talking
come
about
on,
we're not
Lucci, man.
talking about
Stop this, man.
we're not talking about
Stop
the G
this.
League, man. We're talking about the
Right.
program, man.
This is
Oh
not
my
the G
god.
League, fam.
The people that matter, man. The people that
Hey,
matter.
bro, the people that matter, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah. Shout
Go
out to
ahead,
them,
bro.
the movie studio and production company. No, that's great, man.
Man, them brothers don't got their
Not
own
tonight, bro.
studio, man. Come on, man. They ain't
I
moving
mean,
like
hey,
we
man.
moving. Brothers don't got their own studio. I
Actually,
don't even want to talk
nah,
that
some
much shit with
Brothers,
them, man. Go ahead, man.
brothers brought up my boy Tim Burton yet?
Tim
no,
Burton.
actually,
Shout
we
out
did
to
not.
Nah,
Tim
Tim
I
Burton.
Burton.
ain't, you got to
Tim
move
Burton.
to Tyler?
Go.
For Tyler, come on, man. Stop. This is not even a
Okay, go ahead.
question.
Yeah, we gonna stop
Come
trolling
on, man.
tonight, man. We're talking about top
The
five,
only
man.
thing I give Tyler Perry credit for is just being a very astute businessman, and he does have a dope story. He's got a dope story, but his actual movies, like his movie output, is not good. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Go Go ahead.
This is top five, Cujo.
You ain't never said top five.
Yes.
I wouldn't put.
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
named the niggas.
I was about
Yeah,
to
we
say I
were
wouldn't
just
put
naming
Tim Burton.
people.
I wouldn't put Tim Burton necessarily in the top 5 if I'm being objective, but I do think he is one of the illest directors. I think he's very dope. He's got very unique style. All his storylines are very unique. He's kind of got like a really weird, dark, quirky
His
sense of
visual
humor.
style is classic for sure.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. He's one of my personal favorites. I
He
mess
could
with
argue
him
top
heavy.
15. He could argue
Yeah,
top 15, top 20.
yeah.
You know,
I mess
I'm
with
not mad at
him
that.
heavy. You know what I'm saying? Who all have y'all named? If y'all don't mind me asking real quick, like catch me
So
up.
far, James Cameron.
All the good ones.
Yeah, James Cameron, Francis Coppola,
Mm-hmm.
Classic
Steven Spielberg,
stuff. Yeah,
Christopher Nolan.
classic.
Yeah, all the
And that's
legends.
Michael Mann.
Michael
Man.
Mann,
The
Okay.
Coen brothers.
the Coen brothers. Yeah.
Guy
I heard
Guy
that. Jack
Ritchie.
Bull. I heard that.
Guy
bro.
Ritchie. Oh, wait, who directed Heat? Was that?
That's Michael
Scorsese,
Mann.
Michael
right?
Mann.
Michael Mann. Okay, wow. See,
David Fincher.
yeah, that's my favorite Michael Mann movie, man. He is ridiculous, man.
If you want to watch another slept on film, watch Thief. That's a great movie by
Okay.
Michael Mann. Watch Thief.
How y'all feel about Steven? They got named
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Talking about
Niggas on
the
everything.
brothers sitting up here, like, come on,
I think
man.
he's
best.
overrated in my opinion. I think
He's the
overrated.
best.
He's
One
the
of-
goat.
he's the best,
The
yeah.
goat.
Best. The
the
GOAT.
best.
You know what I'm
He's the
saying?
best
director.
You heard that, Sebastian?
The goat.
Hold on.
The
I'm
GOAT.
not, Sebastian,
Why you
why do you
put
put
back in?
overrated?
He not that guy.
Oh, due
He's
to
not
due
that
to
guy.
only because
Stop
of
it, man.
like Star Wars. Like he just directed Star Wars. That's all he has. Like it's Star Wars. That's
You
it.
talking? Whoa.
That's it.
Hold
No, we
on.
talking about Steven
We talking about
Spielberg, brother,
Spielberg.
not George Lucas, brother.
Spielberg.
Oh
You
my
talking
bad,
about
my
Spielberg.
bad. I was getting him confused. Pardon me.
They
Spielberg.
say you They say you
Now,
the
now
GOAT.
Lucas directed Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Spielberg is. I can look it up now. He didn't direct Star Wars. Lucas did that.
Yeah, but Spielberg got shit under his
No,
belt.
we asking what you
Yeah, we
think
talking
of
about.
Spielberg.
Yeah,
What do you?
I mean,
He's
he's
the GOAT.
okay. I'm not. No, I prefer
brothers.
guys like Fincher, Guy Ritchie, Christopher Nolan, like those, the Coen brothers. Like I like their diversity. I know Spielberg is going to have some sci-fi, futuristic. That's his lane. Like salute the sun, but I prefer more of a. I like drama / crime films. So Spielberg is not he's just not my cup of tea regarding directing. He's just not.
I mean, I probably got about 10 directors that I personally like more than Spielberg,
Yeah.
but I still recognize Spielberg as the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, you got Saving Private Ryan, things of that nature. But
Yeah, I mean, Minority Report, which goes.
I don't like. I mean, that's a good film, but it's yeah. I mean, he got a lot of he got a lot of like not so good, films.
He got some fluff on the resume for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but his GOAT shit is really GOAT shit. Like
Such
all
as
time.
Jurassic Park. I give him
You
that.
go
Jurassic Park.
You go E.T.
Yes. I don't like E.T. I just don't. But okay.
I mean, that's subjective. We talking about the impact though of
Yes,
the film.
impact. Yes,
You know,
okay.
and
I agree.
All the Indiana Jones films.
All the Indiana Joneses, Saving Private Ryan's, all these is like mega.
Catch Me If You Can. I did like Catch Me If You Can. Can't front. I like that
Classic.
movie. Like that
That's what
movie.
introduced me to Leonardo DiCaprio. Man. That was
Loosely based.
fire movie.
Hold up. Is he responsible for all the Jurassic Parks?
Yes.
Not
The
No.
ones that's coming out currently
No.
too?
Oh
No,
not those.
no,
Not those.
no.
the
The
new
ones
He
from the
just
90s.
he just directed Jurassic
No,
Park.
Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park
just
1,
Park.
And part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Part 1 and 2, he directed those.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't do 3? Because 3 was fire.
Absolutely not. I'm looking at it now, fam. No,
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
not.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who did 3?
I have no idea, but he's definitely not credited for 3. He just did 1 and 2. That's it. 93 and 97. That's it.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, man.
No, I don't like Sun. I ain't gonna front. No, I'm cool. I'm
What?
cool. Nah,
I've never been a fan of Guillermo del Toro for
yeah,
some
man,
reason.
I'm
I'm not
cool,
mad at
yo.
that. I'm
I'm
not. Didn't
cool,
he
man.
direct? Dust from Dust Till Dawn?
Nah, that was Robert
Robert
Rodriguez.
Oh,
Rodriguez,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay. So wait,
yeah,
what
I'm
did he
cool.
do then? What did he
I'm
direct?
cool. I'm cool off Sun, man. He did like Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy. That's Sun.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, like that's him. Like, he I'm cool. I'm cool.
That first Hellboy was fire though. I'll give him that. But yeah, nothing really
Yeah.
crazy. Okay.
Nah, yeah, Blade 2.
Okay, okay. I'll put for the sake of
Pacific,
whatever. This
Pacific
one of my.
Rim.
Oh,
Blade
he
2
did that
might be
one
his
too.
best shit then. If you just
This
named all
is a
that, the ones you
personal.
named,
The Shape of Water. Like he yeah.
This is a personal favorite director of mine simply because but Sam Raimi is up there for me personally
No.
because
Oh no.
what
Nah.
for
No.
Evil Dead alone, just for that alone, man, all
I'm
them
not.
films, the early ones, and the first Spider-Man joint with Tobey Maguire,
Yeah,
he
I'm not.
directed that one too. Yeah, Sam Raimi, one of them guys, man. To me, man, one of them dudes, man. Um, I fuck with him bad. Him, Michael
Sam
Mann,
Raimi.
as you said, Coppola. Um,
Brian De Palma.
oh yeah, damn, Brian De Palma. What did he direct again? I forgot what he directed.
He did. I think that's Carlito's Way, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on.
Classic.
He did. Let me tell you. Right now. He did. The Untouchables. Um. He did. Mission Impossible, the first one, Carlito's Way, Snake Eyes. Let me see what else. Wise Guys. Scarface. Carrie. The original Carrie, 76.
Okay,
Carrie.
okay.
Brian De Palma did Carrie.
Yeah, directed by him.
Oh
Wow,
wow.
Yeah.
that's a badge right there, if anything.
Yeah. The Black Dahlia. Domino. He directed Domino.
Oh wow, I haven't seen that movie in a
Yeah,
minute.
I fuck with
I
the
like that
original.
movie. I like that movie.
There's some of
Casualties.
there's some of these directors where they might have one classic that's just like it's undeniable, and then everything else might be just all right to
oh,
okay.
you mean M. Night Shyamalan? Niggas like
Thank you.
that.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
yeah,
There you go. There you
the
go.
best
Man, he
example
fucked
of
up.
that.
He fucked up one of my movies. Yeah, and I'm so mad at that because I remember when I first heard his name, it was because of that movie, and I was just like, oh, he one of them niggas. And as I grew older, I'm like, this nigga's ass.
I mean, The
Like,
Sixth
literally.
Sense is
Yeah.
classic. The Sixth Sense is definitely classic.
That
Unbreakable.
line don't
to me, is
age well
fire.
though. I see dead people don't hit like you.
Yeah, that yeah. I mean, that line definitely didn't age well. But he did that and Unbreakable, so I'll give him credit for that alone.
No, he got a two-pack. He definitely got. You know what I mean? It's just,
Signs was fire too, in my opinion. The Village was okay.
No.
Then it
The
starts
Village
getting bad.
No.
It starts getting bad like around 06, 07 for him.
Last Airbender and things of that nature. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts.
Oh,
getting
Last
really
Airbender,
dark.
he fucked that up. I know you ain't into that shit, but I was into it, and he fucked it all the way up, and he lied and sat there. I watched it with my daughter. Shut up, lying to your daughter, nigga.
So wait, why y'all brothers? Who are directors y'all feel like are overrated? Overall.
Michael Bay. Michael Bay. I'm not. I'm cool.
Michael Bay is a go-to. Yeah, I mean, blow shit up.
Yeah, I'm cool off Son. Let me think. Who else? I like Wes Anderson. I like Antoine Fuqua. The Del Toro dude is overrated to me.
Okay.
Jordan Peele's overrated to me. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not really an Alfred Hitchcock guy. I know he was before my time, but I tried, and no, I'm not a really Alfred.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I'm cool off Homeboy. Like it's just not. That's not it to me at all.
I think what's old boy name? The pedophile.
You talking about the one who
Woody Allen?
Woody Allen?
Oh yes, man. I can't stand him, yo.
I think
N-
he's very overrated.
Very overrated though. Yo, for real, for real. I don't like them comedies. Yo, I can't stand him, yo. Aside from him being a OD creep nasty man, like to the third power, yo. Anytime I see, what's that dude that made Midsommar? He overrated too. Hereditary, homeboy, nasty man.
You talking about damn, what's his name, man? Ari,
whatever.
Ari Aster,
yeah. He overrated me because he like put swammies in movies, like Frank stands all in the movies. I ain't into that, fam. Nah, B.
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Cuz.
Nah, man. Nah, I can't be. I can't rock with
I see
it.
what you're saying, but
I can't get jiggy
A24 right now is doing it, man. As a movie studio, they're really doing a lot of dope shit.
I like A24 before they were like when they weren't as like now they just like Marvel to me. They just drop anything. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when they were more slept on. Now anything for A24, I'm like, because they going that route. You know what route I'm talking about? Frank stand. They going directly to the Frank stand. I'm like, nah, I can't get jiggy with them. I can't be. I'm signing out.
I feel like James Gunn is overrated.
Yes, absolutely.
James Gunn is overrated.
Absolutely.
Who directed the Fast and Furious is after John Singleton did the first one.
John Singleton did the second one. He didn't do the first one.
Oh, okay. Damn,
Isn't it your man? Isn't Michael St. Clair the director of all of them?
No, the first one.
AKA Vin Diesel. His real name is Michael St. Clair. But yeah,
I forgot the name of the nigga that did the first one, but he didn't do anything after the first one though.
Oh, okay.
Did y'all think the second one was better than the first?
No. First one was the best. First one was the best.
So that unknown nigga that did the first one, that nigga said, "I got one gym and I'm about to eat." That's crazy.
Yeah, overall, if we're talking about acting and everything, the first one's definitely the best.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up now. Who did the Fast and Furious?
Who did the Gone in 60 Seconds?
Oh, I thought it was Jerry Bruckheimer that did that joint.
It's somebody notable.
Okay,
it was Jerry Bruckheimer, man.
Rob Cohen did the Fast and the Furious. He directed the Fast and the Furious.
That was the first one.
Okay.
Yo, I got somebody who I don't think gets mentioned enough.
He's notable for Stealth, Triple X, Dragonheart, the Bruce Lee story. Bruce Lee story in '93.
He got a nasty resume.
It's
that
not.
Bruce Lee story is fire though.
Triple X is goated.
Huh?
No.
Who's that? Who just spoke, man?
Triple X is not goated in any regard.
It's one of the best movies of all time.
He got Daylight. He directed Daylight, The Skulls.
Skulls is a cringe classic.
Alex Cross.
Oh, Tyler Perry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is Rob.
You say you want to do that?
This Rob Cohen died. His resume is filthy.
Hey man,
Rob Cohen got a nasty resume.
Alex Cross, man, come on, bro.
Tyler Perry, get out of here. I was gonna say I got somebody that doesn't get mentioned a lot, man. Robert Zemeckis.
I was gonna bring him up, man. Wow.
That's the brother that did Roger Rabbit. He did Contact with Jodie Foster. He did Flight with Denzel. He did Castaway.
Back to the Future.
All the Back to the Futures. He did Polar Express. Death Becomes Her with Goldie Hawn.
Didn't he do Forrest Gump?
Yeah, he directed Forrest Gump. Yeah.
That's come on, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a sleeper, by the way. Ain't no front. He directed Flight. Okay.
Yeah, that's fire. And then
Allied. All right.
I was gonna say just on some genre stuff, just on some like when I was in high school, like getting into genre type movies. I gotta mention John Carpenter, bro. Big Trouble in Little China, the original, The Thing. Starman, I don't know if y'all ever seen that. That's from like the early 80s about an alien that comes down, lives with a widow, and she falls in love with him. Fire. The original Assault on Precinct 13, Vampires, Ghost of Mars, Escape
Ghost
from
of
New
Mars was
York, Escape from
terrible.
LA, and of course he got Halloween on his resume, man. Like, come on, man.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I'm playing.
John Carpenter. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with. I'm not familiar with Homeboy.
Mostly genre films, bro. Mostly like horror and sci-fi.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
figured out. I see the fog and thing. I'm like, yeah, I would
Yeah.
never watch. I would never watch none of these movies. No shade to Sun, but it's just not my genre at all.
So let me
He
ask you something, Sebastian. Can you watch a movie and be objective without personal bias and just see a movie for what it is? Like, okay, it was well done. It's not my cup of tea, but it was
Yes,
well put together.
yes. Depending
Okay.
on it depends. Let me see. The first Halloween and whatnot, right?
Mhm.
Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all.
Mhm.
Good movie, but it's just not my cup of tea. It's a good movie. Now, anything outside of that, I have never watched Halloween 2 and Halloween 9 and all that. No, it stopped right there with part 1. Like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is
You
cool,
never
but it's just
seen
not for me.
You've never seen Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
rating. Yeah, we're rating.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Like that to me, it was.
Legendary Kurt
Nigga say
Russell.
rated.
Yeah, they definitely got rating from that movie. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
Shout
Absolutely.
out Kurt Russell, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can definitely do that.
Okay.
But except when it's too cringeworthy, then I honestly I'm not able. I'm like, yo, I see what you're trying to do, but it's just not it. I turn it off. Like I just turn it off. Yo. Like Midsommar is a perfect example. It's a great, beautiful film. It's a beautiful movie, but I can't get past the foolery and the nonsense that went on. Man, I'm like, nah, I can't get past it.
Who did
Midsommar is fire. You sleep.
I can't do it, fam.
You
I can't do it.
Who
Nah, I
did
can't.
Who did Dead Poet Society?
Dead Poet Society.
Never seen that before.
Oh, you're
Look
bugging.
that up.
Never seen that before. Never seen it. Dead Poet. Let me look. Hold on.
No, it's got my man
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams, yeah. Got a very young Ethan Hawke.
Oh yeah, it got okay. I see.
The director is named Peter Weir.
Peter Weir. Okay. What else he got on his record?
Goodwill. Hold on. Let me look. Peter Weir. Yeah. I mean, The Witness. The Way Back. I watched The Way Back too. Master and Commander. He has. Let me see. Fearless, Green Card, The Mosquito Coast, Witness.
Fearless.
That's
the Jet Li. That's Jet Li, right? Fearless.
No, not that one. Absolutely not. Trust me. It ain't. The Truman Show.
Okay, there we go. There's one.
The Last Wave. Nah, fam, it ain't it, man. Like, it ain't it. Like,
Since we on movies, I just want a quick take, man. I just noticed something myself. I like watching movies with bitches in distress. Like Enough.
Huh?
Yeah, when bitches be in distress, it's kind of crazy. I just noticed that myself. Like Enough. I watched one on Netflix called Fatal. Hold on. I watched one called Fatal Affair. It had Nia Long in it, and it had Omar Epps. And that was weird for me to see Omar Epps play that type of character. I never seen him play a character that was obsessed with a woman. So
I just
you don't
like
that,
the TP movies, man.
Nia Long. He just said Nia Long. Oh.
He go like TP
Nia
movies.
Long, yeah.
You like that type of Is that what you into?
Can I tell you why? Those directors are different. Tyler Perry shit is straight nigga shit. This is
everything
actually,
ain't got Madea in it though.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, those type of movies like, yo, I'm trying to make a story, actual story, ain't no nigga shit. People really acting. That is black people shit. That's why I get tired of watching black people shit. I'm not a really go back type of person, especially on black movies. I really got to be in the mood to watch this stuff.
Yeah. Anything with Nia Long in it, fam. I'm like no shade, no shade to short, no shade to shorty, but
Big Mama
I'm
House.
You don't like Nia Long?
Fam,
You
no
don't fuck
shade
with
to
her?
no shade to Shorty. Salute, you know what I mean. But anytime I see her starring in a film, fam, just know I'm bypassing that joint immediately. No hesitation. No hesitation. Nah. Mm-mm.
You didn't like the
Nah.
best
Let me tell
man,
you something.
Sebastian? The best man was.
Omar Epps was so creepy in that movie.
Nah. I'm a pass on those, Lucci. I'm a pass on all the
Yeah,
you know
he don't watch black movies like that.
all the coon classics. You know what I mean? And the cringe-worthy
See?
carnivals. I'm gonna go
The
ahead and
best man
bypass
is
the
a
joint.
cool classic.
Yeah, fam.
The best man is a what?
Yeah, man.
Boys
You
in the
know.
Hood was cool. That's crazy.
Come on, man. Like, we're not doing this, yo. We're not doing
No.
this. The best man, really, yo.
It's a cool classic.
The best man is
Bro,
not a
come
cool
on,
classic,
man.
Stop
I can't wait till y'all do this
coonery
show,
about that
bro.
film, man.
I can't wait.
Brother Sebastian saw black people in the film and was just like, nah, it's we're not doing it.
Tay Diggs, like, come on, man. Like, they
It
all
wasn't a
acting.
coon film, man.
All right, man. So it's it's like one of them.
Did you watch the series?
No, why would I do that, man? Pause. It got Morris Chestnut pause. Like them, like I'm not anytime. Like, nah, man, we not like. Nah, man. You like
I do want
Cujo, you know what I'm saying, Cujo? It's not a coon classic, but it's like, you know, it's
a black coming of age story, man. That's all it is, man.
It's in that realm. Like you like, all right, man.
Paused his name.
Bro, not pausing his name. I'm talking about what's wrong with Morris. You don't like his acting? Morris Chestnut. You know
no, he's trash. He's EOD trash. You know that.
He's trash.
You know that.
I mean, he's not trash, man. He plays the same character in every movie.
That's Ricky, man.
You know he's gonna say trash. I see why he think that though. Because he doesn't tell me the same character like.
He the same dude, just like you know. I get him and Boris Cujo mixed up. I'm like, is this the same dude? Like they, you know what I mean? That Boris Cujo archetype. Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Since you like diversity, do you think Liam Neeson is trash? Because he does play the same.
Absolutely. Liam Neeson, pack it up for him. Like, my son.
Hey, can I tell you something? Some of his movies is actually good though. They actually some of the movies they really actually good. Some niggas just stay in their lane.
His earlier films, like you know what I mean. His earlier films, you know, he like 99. By the way, he's been acting for a very long time. He like 99. So
he has been acting for a minute, yeah.
So you don't like Nonstop or The Commuter?
Come on, man. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing, yo? That man said the Commuter. Come on, man.
Before we segue to another topic, I do want to give a shout out to this director. It's another underrated director. You know what I'm saying? He's from Jersey. His name is Ernest Dickerson. He directed.
Oh, he did Juice. Yeah.
They did Juice. He did Surviving the Game with Ice-T. By the way, that movie is very underrated. That's a very dope movie.
It's okay. Yeah, that's where he dropped them off in the middle of the desert or something, like the jungle or something.
They was hunting bums.
Yeah.
He also directed Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Oh well, nah, he off the list for that. He off the list for that. Yeah.
Oh hell, wildin'. You super wildin', Sebastian.
Demon Knight.
Yeah, he off the list for that.
Demon Knight was fire. Stop.
Cringe classic.
Salute the son, because he,
that's
you know, from the Garden State, but he about to get up out of here.
What else? What else is on his resume?
I'm looking now, fam. He got a lot of TV series.
He did Bones with Snoop.
What's that?
Fire.
What the heck is that?
With Snoop and Pam Grier.
No, we not doing
that. That joint was fire, man. We not doing
that. No, we not doing that.
The last notable one he did was Never Die Alone.
With DMX?
Fire.
Yes.
Oh no. Earl
Fire.
Simmons?
That's
where
fire.
He was,
yes.
Where he was like, and he did. I know we can't use.
Yeah.
He sexually assaulted. He sexually assaulted a woman in that film. Didn't he give her like heroin or something like that?
He did. Hold on. Let's clarify. He didn't assault her. She was a drug addict, and he was feeding her habit. In that particular, you know what I mean, that particular scene. That's a good crime movie, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're into like crime thrillers,
yeah. That is not a good movie.
Okay.
It was
So
good,
so
man.
his so nah, he not underrated, fam, because he don't have it like he just do. He got. I'm looking at his filmography right now. B. He got Juice. Bulletproof. I like Bulletproof actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's two.
All
Keep
right.
going.
Never die. You're not never die alone. Nah, fam. We're not doing that.
I just said he did Demon Knight, man. Tales from the Crypt,
What the
Demon
heck
Knight.
is Demon Knight? What is this?
What you mean? That's Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Oh, I never seen that before. But okay.
So you never seen it? He was just announcing it not too long ago.
Yeah,
Cause
nigga was
it's,
just saying,
fam, it's
man,
Tales
stop
from
it.
the Crypt. B. Seriously?
Classic.
It was a movie.
All right, man. Okay, I ain't even like the show. Like, what do we need a movie
The
for?
show
The
is
show was
classic,
sick.
man. You bugging.
It's the only classic because they did like 4 or 5 of them bitches.
That's a fact.
But and them bitches is trash for sure.
That man said classic. Sheesh.
No, but that Demon Knight classic.
It's definitely a class. Widely regarded as one too. So
Hold on. So when you say classic, in my head, you know, the first thing I'm thinking about are films with the likes of Godfather 1, Godfather 2, Taxi Driver.
You recognize there's different kinds of classics, though, right?
That's the problem. Is that
there's different type of classics?
Is that you would put Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight up against The Godfather. I'm judging it. I'm judging it based off of the realm that it's in. So
what realm is that?
Horror.
Yeah, okay. When I think of classic, I think of let me think. Parasite. That's a horror.
You know, hold on. Let's preface this.
Parasite,
you do know there are also classics that are also considered cult classics, right? Where they were initially considered horrible at first, and then on the playback, they were widely regarded as a great movie.
Name one. Name one.
Let me see. What's considered a cult classic now?
I'll wait.
Let me think of one.
Put that man on the spot.
That's a good question. Oh, Idle Hands. Idle Hands with Seth Rogen. That was considered terrible initially.
Hold on.
That's regarded as a cult classic.
What is?
Idle Hands. It was
Idle Hands.
Horror comedy.
Okay.
Hardball is considered a cult classic.
With Keanu Reeves?
Keanu, yeah, that's not regarded as a widely classic movie. That's considered a cult classic.
I don't know. Oh, Idol, IDOL, right?
Hardball was that was a good example. That definitely is a cult classic.
I'll give you Hardball pause, but I don't know about this Idle Hands. Like I don't know about this.
It's regarded as a cult classic. It's regarded as a cult classic on the playback.
Really?
You got.
Demon Knight would definitely fall in what Cujo
Demon Knight for sure
is talking about as well.
Some people try to get at that Clive Barker film, Lords of Illusion, as a cult classic.
All right, let me see. Let me look up Lords of Illusion. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a Clive Barker film.
Hold on. Lords of Illusion. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I've seen this joint before.
You more than likely didn't. It was a horror film.
Yeah, no. I never even heard of this. Cause it got Scott Bakula in it. Okay, I never seen it before.
Scott Bakula, man. Shout out to bro, man.
Yeah, I never seen. Yeah, I never seen. Yeah, I'm not like I said. I'm more of a thriller, opposed to horror. I'm a thriller guy. I'm not a real
The thing is with cult classics, right? I know you have famous movie reviewers that initially, like Roger Ebert, he would give films initially like a 3, 3.5, or maybe a 2 in the beginning, and sometimes he'll do like 10-year go backs or something.
Right.
He'll review a movie again and then say, well, actually, it was actually more intelligent to actually give the film credit for. Yada yada yada.
I did that recently.
Blair Witch, for example, is considered a cult classic, even though I think the movie's ass now.
It's bad. That's a bad movie, though. It's a very bad movie.
But it was considered a cult classic.
They got over. Whoever made that movie, got over.
They got over badly. It was considered more of a pop culture phenomenon than an actual classic movie. But that's regarded as a cult classic film.
Evil Dead would fall under that category too. The original.
Yes, that's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another
I
one
never.
would be The Faculty. That's another cult
No,
classic.
that's not a cult. We're
Fire,
not doing that,
Yes,
man.
it is, man.
fire,
Come
Yes, it
on,
The
is,
man.
brother.
Faculty is
fire,
definitely a cult classic.
fire.
That's definitely a
Why?
cult
Like,
classic.
okay,
That
break,
movie's
like,
fire.
please explain that, man, because it's cringeworthy. So explain it to me.
The CGI in the film was ahead of its
Uh-huh.
time, whether you didn't like it or not. It was
Okay.
definitely ahead of its time.
It was.
The acting was decent for its time,
It was
considering
decent. Yes.
this was the MTV era, teeny bopper era, parody for breaking the fourth wall. They incorporated all of that into that film. So yes, the acting, the pop culture references, the CGI, the actual horror in the film was actually pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? The plot was ahead of its time. I'm not gonna lie. You did have films like Body Snatchers and
Good
shit
plot.
like that.
Good plot.
Yeah. But the plot, in my opinion, was ahead of
Said
its
a
time in terms of what it was
cult
about.
And it was
classic, though.
and it
Wow.
was damn near like a twisted version of the Breakfast Club, because it was like you had different types of students. Like you had the nerd, you had the cool guy, you had the jock, you had the slacker, the dope dealer.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It was like
And
they
I
all
did
had
not
to.
suspect the
Go ahead.
old girl to be the queen mother in the film.
And
Like, she was the least suspect.
four or five of those
Fire.
cast members ended up having a pretty prominent career.
Footloose.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
Shout out Josh Hartnett.
yeah.
He has a resurgence. Salute the sun.
Yeah, what was what's Shorty name?
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood in there.
Wood.
You know what I'm
Usher
saying?
was just getting popping when he was in there.
Selma Hayek.
Just starting.
Salma Hayek for sure.
Right.
Fire. That movie's fire, bro. I haven't
No,
watched
I
that
didn't say
yet.
it's I'm not gonna say it's a cult classic. It's okay. Like I can't. When I go back,
Road Trip would be another cult classic.
Fire.
Road trip.
Fire.
Let me see Road Trip.
I watched Road Trip
With Tom Green.
Oh my god,
Yeah, with
bro,
Tom
that came
Green,
on TNT. So
Hilarious.
bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Oh
when shit was
I
being
remember this.
produced by-
I'm not into the goofball comedy. So I'm cool.
Bro pulled out the paint, says, "Man, look like you killed a cheetah."
Yeah, I ain't into I'm not into the goofball comedy, but I
You know what
got
made that
that movie
movie
fire.
funny, bro? What made that movie funny was Tom Green being the tourist the whole time, and old girl's mom falling in love with him. Damn near towards the end of the movie, man. Like,
I ain't
was
into the
hilarious.
frat. I'm not into frat boy humor. I'm just not into.
Yeah, I get it. I understand, but that's regarded as a cult classic.
Yeah.
What about Project X, Cujo? Is that a
That's considered more of a classic than a cult classic, but I see what you're saying.
classic?
Dang,
It
a
is
The best
classic,
Project
yo?
X, Sebastian. Project X.
Fam, no,
Yeah,
I can't. I
Go
because
ahead.
of the hype.
None of this.
Because
No?
of the hype, it drew.
No,
yes.
man. Like in my head, I said, I just think, I guess his genre's a classic because I just can't in my DVD. Like
That's the DVD era.
I still collect DVDs. So when I go and buy them, I can't. You know what I mean? Like I look at this and I'm thinking, all right, so Project X goes with.
But you gotta remember too, Sebastian. Like, and you being a movie buff, you should know this. This is what makes movies so dope. Just like music, bro, is so vast. Like, there's so many different types of horror movies. There's so many different types of action movies. There's so many different types of dramas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it can't just be like whatever my preference is. Well, that's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much. If you go into horror, if you like, you got your slasher movies, you got your psychological thrillers. You know what I'm saying?
I like those.
You got your old school, like you said, you mentioned the Alfred Hitchcock, like those old school, like Wolf, the original Wolfman, the original Count Dracula. You got this type of horror movie. You got so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you may prefer the slasher movies. I may like some of them old school Wolfman joints and Frankenstein joints from the 40s, which I do. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much there, bro. It's very hard to just box in one particular type
Classic?
or subgenre and call it classic and then dismiss everything else. You feel me? Like, I can be objective and say this movie is considered a classic even though I don't like it personally, but I know that this is like a Clockwork Orange, right? That's not my particular style of movie.
Not my particular movie either.
But I recognize it as a classic though, and I wouldn't argue or debate anybody about it being classic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to turn that off. I'll turn
The
that
Wicker
off.
Man is another one that's regarded as a cult classic. The Wicker Man. The Psycho joint with Vince Vaughn, that's considered a cult classic.
What is it called?
The
The
Psycho remake.
Yeah, the Psycho reboot that they had in the '90s. I think it came out in '98 with Vince Vaughn. That's
See,
considered a cult classic.
Hey,
Psycho.
I seen an interview. I seen an interview years ago with Josh Hartnett. I want to say it's when I think like Pearl Harbor was getting ready to come out. And you know how they do like the actors panels and shit like that, or like how Entertainment Tonight used to have the actors and before the film, you know what I'm saying, the film drop and shit like that. And they asked him about, you know what I'm saying, his early film work, and they asked him about The Faculty. And I can always tell from an actor's reaction to a film, you know what I'm saying, what they thought of the film years later. Because I've seen actors be willing to denounce films that they've previously done and be like, yeah, that was a mistake, or, you know, I wish I hadn't have did that. But you could tell when they brought it up, like he had a smile on his face, which was kind of like, I can't believe I was in that shit. But it was like, I'm glad I was in that shit at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could see that he appreciated, you know what I'm saying, what that film did for him individually in his career. And like Cujo said, it's one of those movies, there's definitely cringe involved in this. But man, when it comes to certain movies, man, especially if a movie came out pre-2000, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really judge it too harshly, you know what I'm saying? And like Cujo said, the effects in the movie was kind of ahead of its time. It was just a dope movie, man. It's just something enjoyable to watch. Like, it's not even something that you sit down and critique. Let me check the cinematography on this. Let me make sure that the niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one of them. So,
what's this film?
I was gonna say the.
I was talking about The Faculty.
Oh, The Faculty. Yeah.
I was gonna say the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think will fall under that.
For sure.
Cult classic
that's cult
category.
I agree.
It's at that time, you still see. At that time, it was still.
Here you go.
Like 1998, fam. Like 1998. It had some heat, man. It had some heat. So the Faculty.
But why you comparing them to that though in '98 though, man? That's the thing. Like,
because that's when it came out though. I can compare.
I understand that, but you're trying to compare the film to Juggernauts, and I feel like that's very unfair. The movie did well enough on its own.
Yeah, I'm just saying in my head, like you know, Ronin came out. Like, I'm like, fam, you know, Rounders. Like,
Sebastian, you ever seen Heathers with Winona Ryder?
No, I'm not a fan of hers, so I never liked her.
That's crazy.
I never liked her.
Stop it.
I never liked her acting at all.
What?
Just like you say, you will watch a movie and decide like this is not your cup of tea.
Sure.
Would you do that to a TV series?
I have done it. If this is a walk into power conversation, I'm gonna go ahead and just kindly mute myself. But yeah, I've definitely done that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna bring up power, bro. Not tonight, bro. I've been punching.
I did that with Empire, like early on. People were pressuring me to watch that, right? Like, I have friends. I was like, "No, you got to see it.
First season.
I thought this was maybe first or second season.
The first two seasons was the first one was fire. The second one was.
I thought it had. This is my honest critique, bro. I thought it had dope moments, and I think in my personal opinion, I think it had potential for them to take it somewhere, right? And it was a successful show. So don't get me wrong. They don't need like Ty's validation, right? Like, they were a successful show, but there was a lot of other things going on in that show, right? I'm not going to get specific, but there was a lot of other stuff going on in that show that made me not want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they're really pushing, you know what I'm saying, certain things, and I'm like, I'm cool on this. I get it. It's good acting. It's a black drama, I guess, right? And it's supposed to be hip. It's got original new music, and they got the slang down, and they got the fashion down, and all of that. But it was not for me at all, Lucci. You know what I'm saying? And I was cool on that. I was like, it's not for me. I guess it's a good show, but it's not for me.
Did the show have a season finale? Like I just always.
I didn't make it that far.
It didn't have one.
I didn't make it that far. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I just thought it got canceled. I thought people just stopped
The
watching.
nigga name was Lucius. Lucius. Man, that nigga he was a gangster. Hey, man.
I only watched the first episode of that show.
The point is though, like a classic is a classic. You know, some might be regarded. You know, like we said, you got cringe classic, you got cold classic, then you have you know, movies that are just regarded as classics,
right?
Independently, like regardless. You know,
Yeah.
Mad Max is a classic, right?
Right.
But a cult classic would be something like Varsity Blues. You know,
Mhm.
when it came out, there wasn't like a lot of buzz.
Mhm.
It didn't gross 100 million at the box office. It probably got like 3 stars initially.
Mhm.
Then they reviewed the movie a couple years later, give it 4.5, maybe 5, 3.5, whatever. Them type of films that aren't just widely known like that. Like
the first Mad Max with Mel Gibson.
Would American Pie be a cult classic?
No,
that movie grossed 100 mil easily.
It's just a classic, period. Yeah,
that's a classic.
Okay.
Like Denzel.
It's a classic.
Denzel Washington movie,
Yes.
like for example.
Everything's a
This
classic.
movie,
Come on.
Come on, man.
he knows better, man.
This brother's trying to get this done, bro. Like, come on,
everything's
bro.
a classic.
Pie
I'm just
is
saying,
not a classic.
everything's a classic nowadays.
How?
Everything's classic. Hold on.
American
I
Pie is
will
not
say,
a classic, though, Cujo?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know how Sebastian
bad.
feels about the movie, man. I get it. I understand.
Humping
But
pies, that's what we call in classic. Humping pies, that's classic. All right.
Nitpicking, bro.
First
Come
time-
on.
First time,
Oh.
it's a classic, man. But like we take Denzel for example, right? He got a lot of underrated films, right? That aren't really
Such as?
widely as known.
Such as?
Ricochet. I was about to say Ricochet.
Virtuosity. Fallen.
Trash.
Deja vu.
Virtuosity is
Deja vu.
trash, fam. Virtuosity is trash. It's with Russell
Fallen
Crowe.
is trash too.
No, Fallen's a good movie. John Goodman,
Oh,
that's a good movie.
All right, I'm about to say, bro.
And that's considered underrated? Fallen?
A Soldier
Yeah.
Story. Was he in
Yeah,
that?
that's considered underrated for sure.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah, Fallen isn't even mentioned when you talk about Denzel movies. That shit is highly underrated.
And that might be regarded as a cult classic. I'm not even gonna give it that.
What is?
Fallen.
No, absolutely not. No. Cult classic, man. Stop. No.
It
No.
might be. I've never seen it be argued that, but it might. You know.
Like Deja vu?
No.
No.
Oh, come on, man.
No, man. Stop.
Would you guys consider
Bro, that was. Go ahead, man.
is Man on Fire? Is that a classic or a cult classic?
That's
Classic.
a classic.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
Classic.
that's a classic.
Yes,
When
sir.
that movie came
Okay.
out, it shook the theaters. You know what I'm saying?
So would
What
you
about this?
And you can watch it right now, and this film is not aged one bit. It's a great movie.
is it fair to say that most of Denzel Washington's movies are considered classic? Like probably 80% of his catalog.
Arguably, yeah.
I have to look. That's a
With the
great
exception
take.
of
Thanos, that's a great take. Right?
His worst critically acclaimed, his worst acclaimed films, from what I've seen, is Out of Time with
I hate that movie. Where not Rosario Dawson. What's her name? You know what I'm talking
Eva
about.
Mendes.
No,
No,
her and what's the black chick name? Yo, what's her name?
Sanaa Lathan.
I wasn't mad at
Sanaa
that movie.
yeah.
I wasn't mad at that movie.
Yeah,
That's a cringe-worthy
I
film
wouldn't-
too, by the way.
wouldn't say.
critics
I
weren't
think 80
fucking with
I
it.
think 80% is kind of high.
I don't get jiggy with that movie.
Well, let's go down the resume for the 100th time.
His
Let's-
worst-
let's
Inside
look
Man
at-
is a
film?
classic, right? Inside Man.
Inside Man.
That's fire.
Fire.
That's
it's a
fire.
great
That's
film.
fire.
It's a great film.
I
I don't
think
know if it's
Inside
regarded
Man
as
is
a
a good
classic.
Not a classic.
It's not a classic. No, it's a good
Inside
movie
Man.
though.
Oh,
I think Inside Man is considered
y'all
a
some
cult
tough
classic.
critics, bro. God damn, man.
That movie was dope,
What
though.
good
That's a
movies
dope
is
movie.
over here, bro.
I think Inside
Yeah,
Man is a
man.
cult classic because when you
Oh
when
my
you
God.
Yeah, you
categorize
could
it,
regard that as a cult. Yeah.
when you categorize it amongst like heist films, it would be considered a classic. But
That movie was
overall,
dope, man.
it's just a great movie. I don't think it's a.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, Sebastian, you saying all these things. So what does it take for a movie to be a classic? You saying it's dope, it's awesome. Like, so what else does a movie
groundbreaking? That's groundbreaking for me. Groundbreaking.
Sebastian,
like Inception, like Inception is a classic to me. Groundbreaking, something I know I've never seen before. Like that's
Sebastian,
groundbreaking.
Aren't you the one that said Friday was a cult classic?
No, I don't at all. Not at all.
You don't feel like what does it have to be to a classic?
I think groundbreaking is a part of making a classic. That's not the end all be all.
Well, I can talk about cinematography. I can talk about the lighting, the hue. I can get into the depths of what makes it a classic to me. I can get into all of that. I was just giving you a surface area answer. Okay. I can get into that. The acting. I can get into all that stuff, man. The lack of CGI going into films, yes, compelling acting. Realism. I can get into all that.
I like realism sometimes. I don't. That's why I don't like the fast movies. It's too much jumping in cars, falling.
I know we all.
Bad Boys 2 is a classic. Go ahead.
We're not doing that, Lucci. We're not doing
that. Bad Boys 2 is
it's definitely a classic.
We're not doing that, man. We're not doing
that. Somebody in here said Friday was a cult classic instead of a classic.
No, it might be a cult classic. It ain't a classic. We ain't doing that.
You can go either or, I think, with that one, man.
Yeah,
either or.
It's a genre classic to that genre, maybe, but please, I ain't.
I've met people from the suburbs that can quote that movie, man. Like that.
I'm from the suburbs that don't know how to quote that movie. No,
Sam, but you a different guy though. Like we all know that. Like that's been established. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Cujo.
I wanted to say, we all look at classics differently, right? So I mean, in America,
it's an Ice Cube classic. That's what Friday is. An Ice Cube classic. That's about it.
I was gonna say that to me, bro. I agree with Boom. Like it ain't no one thing to me that makes up a classic. It could be multiple different things. Like when I watched the original RoboCop, like I remember the feeling I got when I watched that when I was a kid. Like I had never seen something like that. I seen this cop get slaughtered by the bad guys. They put him back together with robotic parts, and it's damn near like a mystery because he's trying to his memories coming back throughout the movie. And it's super ill when I watch it as an adult. Like his memories coming back, and there's a part of him that he thinks he lost. You know what I'm saying? As far as like emotional wise, and his memory starts coming back. He starts remembering that he had a wife, that he had a son. You know what I'm saying? That he was unfairly murdered, that, it was a cover up with the government. You know what I'm saying? He's basically a project. He's not a human. You know what I'm saying? There's like a lot going on there. And like, to me, that still hits like years later. And it was an original movie. Like you said, Sebastian, it was original. You know what I'm saying? Like we had never seen nothing like that before.
That part always fucked me up about that movie. It's like, you never get any further story on the wife and son.
Right.
They just gone. Like,
yeah. Dad, look over here. That movie is fire, bro.
Yeah,
like,
when he walks back in the crib and he's doing,
all that movie, all that is fire, man. What my boy said at the gas station, we killed you, man. All that whole movie is fire, bro. Like even something like the Goonies, right? The Goonies, man. It's like. It's an adventure movie, Sebastian or Lucci. Lucci asked the question. It's an adventure movie. You got a bunch of kids trying to save their neighborhood, right? They got this one crazy idea. We're going to go find this treasure that's, that nobody's ever found, right? Mm-hmm. They get into all these adventures underground. They got the mobster mafia family chasing them. They got this ugly demon looking thing that turns out to be a good guy, turns out to be their friend. It's just a bunch of crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's like all these different types of kids. Again, almost like the Breakfast Club, where it's like you got the jock, you got the popular high school girl, you got the nerd and his friends, you know what I'm saying? It's just a dope well put together story, man, and it still hits. And they it's a good ending. Like they end up getting the the treasure, and they end up saving their neighbor. It's just like a feel good movie, man. You know
Breakfast
what I'm
Club.
saying?
That's an '80s movie, right?
Shout out to
That's
Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Who
I
ended
didn't
up
like the
playing.
Breakfast
Yeah.
Club, by the
Okay.
way.
So
And I
I
ain't
watched
talking
that. Can
about
I
the
ask y'all
show
a
either.
question?
I ain't talking about the show.
I watched that. I watched that movie the same day my uncle put on Breakfast Club, and it was a nice '80s movie. I liked it. But that
Mhm.
same day, he was. I guess he was doing some Lucci shit, and he put on Footloose.
See, I mess
Now,
with Footloose too, though. Like I mess with the
you messed with
original.
Footloose?
I mess
It's
with
I
the
ain't
okay.
really.
original.
I gotta
Yeah,
re. I gotta. I
I
gotta re.
can't
I
get
gotta
jiggy
re. I
with it.
gotta
I can't
rewatch
get
it.
jiggy
I ain't
with it.
really watched
I
it.
mess with the
Footloose
I
is
know.
original.
I
fire.
know you wasn't gonna
Yeah,
like it.
I mess with the
Footloose
There,
is
original,
there,
man.
there are
fire.
some
That's a
classics.
classic.
There's
Yeah.
some classics I go back on. I'm like,
I gotta rewatch Footloose.
like
My cousin was making
I'm
fun
not
of
a
it and
I'm
all
not
type
a
of
I'm
shit. I
not a
couldn't.
big
I
fan
got
of
a good rebuttal, but go ahead.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of Grease. You know, I
Me
understand
neither.
the significance of it.
Nah,
Shout
Grease
out
is
John
cool, man.
Travolta, you
Grease
know what
is
I'm saying,
cool.
legend, but I'm not a
Grease
big
is
fan
cool
of
for it was cool for the
you
Grease
know.
is cool, man. We not
I don't
doing
like
that.
musicals, so I
It
mean
was
I ain't
cool
with
I'm
it.
though,
not a
bro.
Body
I'm not
bag.
a big
That was like the first musical, right? Like the
I don't
first
like them.
no,
I
that's not
can't
the
stand the
first. I
musicals.
the
think
big
that's
like
like
the first big musical movie.
Mhm.
Like I think Grease kind of
West
was
Side Story came out like 20 years before that, but I see what you're saying, you know.
Body
yeah,
bag.
like
Go
Grease.
back and watch the OG Footloose and sit down and think about Teen Rebellion. Just have that in your mind when you watch it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that movie's all about those kids feeling like they was boxed in and they couldn't have fun, they could not express themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a corrupt system that's banned dances because they had somebody had an accident years ago, so nobody's allowed to dance. You know what I'm saying? You get this kid, he's an outsider. He comes in, he doesn't fit in. He knows how to dance, and he pushes to where they get that law changed. You know what I'm saying? And the kids can express themselves, bro. That goes right along. That's right up the alley of hip hop, man. That's what hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? Like people was boxed in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We made this art form where we could express ourselves, and you know what I'm saying. It was always counterculture. It went against what was popular at the time. You know what I mean? It went against the rules. Rock and roll, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like just try to go back and watch that with a different mindset, bro. Like I think you might like it, man, or appreciate it at least. You know.
Yeah,
Still
all
can't.
classics
Say
Still
about
are
the
got to pay
damn
attention to the acting. After all that
yeah.
say, still got to pay attention to the
Bro,
acting.
Kevin
acting.
Bacon,
The
Sean
acting was
Penn, like
good.
what are we doing?
Kevin Bacon.
Stop.
Kevin
Kevin
Bacon's
Bacon's
not
a
a good
legend,
actor
man.
now.
And when the last good Kevin Bacon film? Name the latest.
You
Name
didn't
the
answer
last good Kevin Bacon
my
film.
question. You didn't answer my question. If he's not a good actor,
No, he's not a good actor. No, absolutely
okay,
not.
that's a lie.
Oh
That's
shit.
a
No.
whole lie.
Kevin
Yeah,
Bacon.
he be
Store of
acting whack, man.
Echoes. Store of Echoes.
Brother just lying up here.
Right. Like, come on,
Kevin
man.
Bacon?
Come on,
Damn,
man.
yeah,
Stop.
okay. Oh yeah, he was a good actor. I recant my statement. He
Okay,
was
so
a good actor.
okay,
Oh
Yes.
my
and Footloose
god.
was early in his career, so that kind of negates your
No,
argument.
you said is he a good actor? I said no. Currently, he is not a good actor.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay, Sylvester. I'll
That don't make no sense,
you
brother.
Man,
got
my
that.
man,
Is he a good actor or is he not?
What do you mean it don't make sense?
my man,
Currently, he's not a good actor.
my
No.
man was in Tremors, man. He a goat, man.
Oh, you like Tremors?
Tremors
Facts.
is classic.
You don't mess with
That's
Tremors,
that's
Sebastian.
another one going after cult classic.
Mm.
Tremors.
No, I don't like that movie.
Oh my god, man.
I don't.
I,
Pause. I don't
give
like
it to
Jaws
you,
either. I
bro.
don't like that movie either. I don't like that
Yeah,
movie.
Jaws
Why
is
you
trash.
pause Jaws?
Jaws. Like, I don't like that movie
Good
either.
job,
Why
damn.
you
I don't like
pause
that either.
So
that?
hold on, can I ask you a question, Sebastian? I'm already asked you this question. So when you chill with a lady, what like how you watch movies? Because you know how girls they don't really they watch
I know you
anything.
don't
Like how do
go
you
Yo,
on
chill?
Asian.
they watch anything. That's why I'm like, I'm all set, fam. Like, we not.
I watch.
I can't do this.
I
Oh,
watched.
you don't watch. Yeah, you don't watch movies with girls. You do other things. Okay.
There's a Pamela.
You know what I mean? It's
There's a
time to
Pamela.
draw.
Yeah.
There's a Pamela.
I'm the draw is crazy, man.
That's
Time
wild.
to
Man.
draw. It's time to focus, man. Time to focus. Time to, you know what I mean? I got all work to do. You know what I mean? Got ideas to do. I got time for this foolishness.
Oh, crazy man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's shine time. You know what I mean? It's shine time.
Yeah, fuck that lady, man. He said, "Baby, if you ain't trying to paint, That
I
movie
mean,
suggestion, nah.
let me go check. I'm like, yo, let me go check on this food in the oven, man. Let me go see. You know what I mean? Let me make.
This why this why I said I had the preference what a cult classic because I knew you were gonna do this, man. I knew you was gonna do this because all films aren't looked at the same, man. Every movie not gonna be looked at the same. Some
That's
films
true.
are gonna be considered classics. Some films that highly gross at the box office might not even be the best movie
I
of
agree
the
with that.
whole weekend.
I agree with that in
You know
totality.
what I'm saying? Some of these cult classics you might not necessarily like on the go back, but they are considered classics, and the only reason they're regarded as such is because how many people call it that, and what the reviewers say. And you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, if everything matches up, then I don't see why not. You know, so
Like if
sometimes
it's undeniable.
yeah, if it's undeniable, all right, cool. But if enough people agree to where it's like a sizable amount, and like,
Okay.
nah, this is a cult classic. I could watch
Okay.
this multiple amount of times with no issue, and it's actual a great movie with a great story. Okay, cool. Like Tales for the Hood from the Hood, for example, that is considered a cult classic, and it's a great movie. It's a great movie.
The act
It's not just
was the acting stellar.
the acting was good, man. For that time,
Oh.
it was good.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like how you
But
prefaced for his time. I like that.
Got a question. So, does the acting have to be good to be a classic?
Well, to me, yes. That's a major part of cinema is acting. So I can't negate acting when I'm looking at a film. I just can't ignore bad acting.
I mean, if I got petty, man, film didn't have sound for a long time.
Yeah.
If I want to get
man, we
petty,
be here
you know
all
what I'm
night.
saying?
Okay. Well,
Yeah, but
I'm talking about film with sound. That's what I'm
you
talking
know what
about. I ain't talking about
I'm
the film without sound.
saying?
I'm talking about currently. Like
But
Uh,
man, there's plenty of
yeah.
classics that
so
you can
acting is a
consider
major
classics.
part.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. It is a part. I don't think it is like
Major?
everything. It's major. It just depends. It depends on, like Boone said, bro. It depends on the style of film. You have to take that into
Okay.
consideration.
Okay.
The genre, the time period that it came out. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So okay. Like I'll give a real quick example. Like '80s movies, right?
Uh-huh.
A lot of '80s movies have a very cheesy overtone or undertone to them. You agree with that?
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So I have to take that into consideration. So when I watch Can't Buy Me Love, right? That's the movie that they remade with Nick Cannon. But the original Can't Buy Me Love from like 85, 86,
Mm-hmm.
it has a lot of cheesiness to it. It's like cheesy music and it's like some cheesy acting, cheesy dialogue to it, bro.
Okay.
But I can still appreciate it for what it is, man. It's a teenage romance comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's a good storyline. You know what I mean? It's got some really strong, powerful lessons in it. It's a good movie. You know what I'm saying? I can look past the cheesy dialogue because I understand that it was made in 1986 or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, to a certain extent,
It
I can't.
doesn't
I'm
mean
like,
it doesn't mean that the people in there were bad actors. That was just a lot of that
what was
era at the
popping,
time.
right?
Exactly. That was just a lot of that era at the time. Like it just kind of
Yeah,
had like a cheesy overtone to it.
Man,
but
Top
everyone
Gun,
wasn't
Back
doing
to
that
the
though.
Future,
Everyone wasn't doing that though, Cujo. Like
Weird Science.
everybody wasn't doing it.
Not all, but
Exactly.
most.
Cujo knows what I'm saying. Like all those '80s movies have like that kind of cheesy,
Yes.
just cheese to it, bro. But
Yes.
that
Yes.
doesn't stop them from being good movies, and that's not
No,
to say
Back to
that
the
Man,
Future is amazing. Like to me, Back to the Future
that's
is
one of my
amazing.
favorite. Michael
It
J.
is.
Fox is one of my favorite actors, bro.
It's amazing to me. Like
Yeah.
it
shout
is.
out, shout
Trust
out,
me.
But
shout out
but
Christopher Lloyd,
but the
man.
acting in Back to the Future is not stellar.
No, well,
It's not the greatest.
on his Michael J. Fox did exceptionally well. Now
Shout out
everybody else is
Christopher
different
Lloyd
ball
too,
game,
man.
but he did exceptionally well. Even the old head did a
Yeah,
great job.
Christopher
Wait,
Christopher
Lloyd is
Lloyd.
a legend.
hold on,
Yeah, he did a great job.
So you watch Back to the Future. Hold on. So you
Yeah,
watch
that's what
Back
we
to
do.
the Future, and you watch Michael J. Fox and Christopher
Lloyd.
Lloyd, and you think that they put
Good
on
acting.
good. Okay, so good acting. I could live with good acting, but they
Yeah.
weren't great. They weren't great.
No,
It was
that's
very
what I
of its
said. Good
time.
acting. Like it was Michael J. Fox killed it. I ain't gonna front. He killed it. He did. That was good acting to me. But once again, the acting helped the film. You know what I'm saying? Like it propelled the film for me. I'm just an acting guy. Like I can't ignore trash. Like when it's bad acting, I don't care who directed it, who wrote it. If it's trash, it's trash.
But
Like the
see,
act, I need
So wait, wait,
to
wait.
be
but
compelled.
me and you defer
Let
on this
me.
point. Hold up, real quick, Kujo. Me and you
Yeah.
defer on this point because to me, the acting in Back to the Future is just enough to get through the movie. It's just enough to get it
That's
done.
what I was
You know what I'm
getting at.
saying? The
And I
story
said
for
good
me,
though. I said
but
it's
I'm
good
saying
acting.
Sebastian, you said, but this is why I'm just gonna make a real quick point. This where me and you defer. I can't speak for Boom or Cujo or Lucci. Me and you defer because Back to the Future, to me personally, is carried by the storyline in the fact that that particular storyline to me was ahead of its time. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it has some very dope lessons, like some moral lessons. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? For
Mm-hmm.
me personally,
There wasn't standing out with incredible acting in that movie. Like it was again, like Thanos said, it was the storyline. It was innovative. It was something that
Very innovative.
we hadn't seen before. But them brothers wasn't Oscar worthy performance in it. Like they
It was
wasn't.
good. I said it was good enough. It was good. It was good. It
yeah,
wasn't
But you
like your
think
man.
that?
It wasn't
Hold on.
like Homeboy. What's his name? Biff. Biff was like his acting. You know what I mean? It wasn't like him.
and a
But they,
cringy
all
element on
the
the go
acting
back.
around that time was relatively the same though. Like I don't. If I think about the actors from the '80s, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. Who was the guy
Rest
who
in
played
peace, man.
Ferris Bueller?
Oh, Matthew Broderick.
Broderick.
Matthew
Yeah,
Broderick,
Yeah.
Broderick. Yeah.
hmm
Josh Brolin, Robert, what's her name? Who was the Breakfast Club? Robert, what was his name, man? Robert something, man. I forgot his name, man. Tom Cruise.
Uh-huh.
Who else, man, was kind of in that bag at the
He
time in
was
the
in.
'80s?
He was playing some serious roles though. Tom Cruise. He was in some serious roles.
Rob
Rob
Lowe.
Lowe, yeah.
Rob Lowe. There we go. Rob Lowe.
Ralph
Um,
Macchio, all them
Ralph
guys.
Macchio. Like I
Yeah,
don't
Who's that?
understand
Is that the
when
dark
you
haired
look at
dude?
yeah.
yeah, from Karate Kid. When you
Okay.
look at all those films, like I just mentioned, Weird Science, The Lost Boys,
Mm-hmm.
you had
It was a great
Ferris
combo.
Bueller's Day Off,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Footloose,
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast Club,
Mm-hmm.
all of that relatively the acting is relatively the same, man. Overall, Top Gun, Risky Business, 48
But you
Hours.
but you still had your Duvals though. You had your Robert Duvals, your Gene Hackmans that wasn't doing that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
Okay,
you
but
had on the more serious side, but that's
right.
all different forms of acting, though.
Correct.
you,
But
but
I'm
Sebastian,
saying I never liked the frat boy humor. I never liked the real goofy
but
films. Like I wasn't
Sebastian,
into it. I
Sebastian,
stated that earlier. What's up?
I could say that Gene Hackman was in them early Superman movies, man. Them was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, those are
What
terrible.
the
I'm not gonna lie.
70s?
Yeah,
You said 80s. You said 80s. You
I
didn't
mean,
say
regardless,
70s.
you brought up Gene Hackman. I'm just saying, like
Yes, I'm
he's
saying
got cheese on the resume.
Gene Hackman in the 80s wasn't doing that.
Okay,
That's what I'm trying to
if we go
tell you. He
like
wasn't doing that.
sci-fi, if we go sci-fi and action, you had shit like Blade Runner. You had
That's a serious
Commando.
film too. That's a serious film.
You had Predator. You had Die Hard.
Another serious film.
Shit.
I don't like Blade
Hey,
Runner, by the way.
hold on.
Blade Runner's
Sebastian,
overrated to me.
Sebastian, what do you think of The Outsiders?
Great
I was
movie.
about to mention
I
that
like
one
The
too.
Outsiders.
Okay,
That's a
Wow.
great movie.
Okay,
I like the
okay.
book too. I like the book.
Book is
Classic.
fire. Okay, so we on the same. Now, let me ask you this: what do you think of the acting in The Outsiders?
Say that again.
The acting.
What do you think of the acting in The Outsiders?
Okay. It was okay. It was okay. It was
It was
alright.
okay, right? I would agree.
Yeah, it was
with
okay.
you. So
It was
I wouldn't even. I think The Outsiders is carried more so by the story.
Yes.
Also by seeing this collection of actors and actresses who, fast forward, we know are, some mega stars, some just, panned out to be, really good actors and had great careers, but the actual acting was not the highlight of the movie. Not saying it was bad,
Right.
but it definitely wasn't at the forefront. So I think Outsiders is a great example.
It's a good example.
You know what I'm saying, of a cast who we know down the line became great, but they weren't great in that moment.
Right.
You feel me?
Tom,
So
Tom, I got another take on Tom Cruise. That's another discussion, but Tom Cruise. But
shout out my nigga Pat Swayze, man.
Legend.
Patrick
Facts,
Swayze.
man.
Okay, yeah,
Facts.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
Legend,
I always thought
man.
he was the pops in that movie when I was young.
He was an 80s and early 90s legend.
Who, Patrick Swayze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, nah, he got some heat in the 80s. Ain't no front. He got some heat in the 80s. Early 90s, he got some heat too. Point Break. Yeah, I got yeah.
I was gonna say one real quick, man. This is just me being petty. One cringy side note about Back to the Future, like on the go back.
What up?
They tried to give that Chuck Berry song credit to a white man.
Back to the Future?
Remember on Back to the Future, he was playing They Never Heard Rock and Roll Before, and he started
on
playing
stage?
Yeah. He started playing Johnny Be Good, and then the black guy was on the phone. Yeah, this is your cousin Marvin Berry. So he's implying that his cousin is Chuck.
Oh.
And he says, "Listen to this," and he puts the phone up, and he's playing Johnny Be Good. So they tried to give that song credit to a white guy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't notice that till I was an adult,
Damn,
but
that's nasty.
yeah.
That's nasty.
Because I never peeped that. That's crazy.
The way you said it, that's
right. He's like, that's nasty.
Still a great movie. Just something I noticed when I got older, bro.
Oh, I do want to say this is another movie this is a perfect example of a cult classic. Had Rosario Dawson in it.
Kids.
Yeah, from '95.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it through that. I couldn't make it through that whole movie, man. I ain't gonna front. I couldn't make it.
Very dark film.
I had to turn it off. I couldn't do it.
Very dark film, but that's a
cult
classic.
I couldn't do it.
You ever seen that dude's follow-up, Cujo? Gamo?
Gamo, yeah.
That's a weird one too.
Very odd movie.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't make it through Kids. I'm like,
they're watching that in Belly, man. Go back, man. Watching Gummo in the beginning, man.
I couldn't.
They go to DMX's crib and it's playing on the big screen.
Donnie Darko with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's a cool classic.
So that's a weird one too. With the rabbit.
For some reason, I liked that movie when I was in. I liked that movie. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. You know what? I'm gonna rewatch it and see what my 40-year-old brain thinks about that movie. There.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I want to know what my brain thinks about it now because I used to like it back in the day.
You ever fuck with the Big Lebowski?
That's a good movie.
That's a cult classic.
It's a good movie.
Arguably one of the most well-known cult classics ever.
The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
It's a dark movie too.
It's a very dark movie.
Somebody brought up this movie last week, and I was muted. The movie with Johnny Depp where they were tripping on drugs. It's called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's another cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen that.
That's early on in his career, though. It was very early.
Okay.
Came out like '94.
Yeah.
I never
discussion, man. Dope discussion, man.
By the way, the Coen brothers did the Big Lebowski. Just want to let you know that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see Buddy does movies better when he's with his brother versus by himself.
Absolutely, yo.
Yeah, because
trust
that list.
So if y'all was actors, y'all had a choice. You had two choices. Would you rather be known for cult classics or action classics?
That's a really good question.
Like if you're an actor, if guy was like, "Yo, you're gonna be an actor, you're gonna be great, but you got to choose between cult classics or having classics." What would y'all be?
Classics, because worldwide, it's not just cult. It's
See, I could say agree with Sebastian as far as classic, because obviously that means the reach is is much wider than anything. Shit, it's just straight up a classic. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I can understand why if an actor was given that choice and he'd be like, he might go the cult classic route. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
continue putting out cult classics, because there's a level of appreciation for that particular area or genre or community that may, hold you on a pedestal for delivering something, what I'm saying, that a lot of people would not or may not have been able to do, with a particular, what I'm saying, with a particular film. And it's like they would hold you in a particular regard for being able to bring something that was, because normally shit that's cult classic, it's not big name shit. Like, what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare that there's something like, for instance, Star Wars. Like, you're never going to really get a cult Star Wars classic. It's just too big, what I'm saying, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But there's films that don't have that type of branding, what I'm saying, that may not ever make $50 million or $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that love whatever that is, or that whatever the subject is, or the, what I'm saying, the topic is, or whatever the case may be, they love it. You know what I'm saying? So there's probably a certain amount of like gratitude and, what I'm saying, appreciation for being able to deliver for that crowd of people as well. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
It
obviously
might be
Yeah.
cool.
we all want classics.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't know.
may have some cult
Yeah, I
classics in my
don't know.
DVD collection. I gotta look now. Now you mentioned that, I may have some cult classics.
All right,
Honestly.
I hate to bring this up, and I don't want to get cringy. Oh man. So for instance, right?
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Oh man. So I gotta bring up my boy, man.
Who?
I gotta bring up my boy John Claude Van Damme, right?
All right. Let me get some. Let me take a water break real
Hold
quick.
on, hold on,
Let
man.
me get
So
some
look,
water. Hold on. Let me get some.
so here's the thing, right? Uh, Obviously he doesn't have like classics, just
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
full full. I do think
Yep.
I think one or two of his films are class, but his shit is cult. His shit is cult shit. That's what John Claude Van Damme is. So if I look at a nigga like John Claude Van Damme that did Bloodsport, which is another great example of a cult classic.
That's a fact.
Like, to be able to say I did I don't have the other shit. You know what I mean? I don't have a film that did 500 million. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a film that was in 3,000 theaters and all this shit. But nigga, I did Bloodsport. Like, that shit gonna mean a lot to me. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, even to this day, you see what Fight Club did for Norton and Brad Pitt. Like, that's
Mhm.
a cult classic, and that movie gets referenced to this day. Like,
Lock,
sadly,
stock, smoking barrels.
yeah, like all of that. Like,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that did more for Edward Norton than anything. To
Mm.
be honest,
For sure.
like, and Brad Pitt, he got. How could I say this about Brad Pitt?
Shout out my favorite actor, man.
Snatch.
Brad Pitt got a lot of shit on his belt that we don't really acknowledge much. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. I mean, we do talk about Troy.
Another cult classic, Interview with the Vampire. Cult classic.
Interview with a Vampire, cult classic for sure. This is not a cult classic, but it's a dope movie to me, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's a fun film.
Yeah, I like
It's
Mr.
a very
Smith.
fun film.
It's a very fun film. Like, it has a serious tone, but it's fun. I ain't gonna front. I own that movie in the DVD collection. I bought it on DVD. Like, I ain't gonna front. It's a very fun film. So don't think I'm always serious. Like, I like fun films. That was a very fun, action-packed film. I like those type of films though. Like Red. I like Red.
Red Fire.
Red is fire for sure.
Yeah, I like Red, yo. Like it's an action-packed fun film. I like those type of films. When it's done right, I would say that. When it's done right, I'm on board.
If you feel that way about Red, what about Live Free or Die Hard?
Pause. No. Mm-mm. No.
What?
No.
It's in the same realm.
Nah, that was bad though.
Bugging,
Like I
man.
said, when it's done right, when it's
I like
done right,
I like Live Free or
Timothy
Die Hard.
Oliphant.
I wouldn't call it a classic or a cult classic. I
when
just
it's
It's not.
when it's
It's not
done
classic,
right,
but it's definitely dope.
it's cool. You know what I mean? But nah, I can't. I prefer to watch, like I said, Red and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah, like Lucky
You know
Number
what's funny?
11.
Slevin, okay. I'm not mad at that.
fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
Like so you know what I'm saying? And when I get in that genre, I got certain films in that genre that I do like. I gravitate to them. They got to be a little dark though. You know what I mean? They got to have a little. Like I don't like the film Wanted. I don't like it that much. Like Wanted, I don't like it. It's
Yeah, on the playback, I don't think it's all that great.
yeah. I'm
But
all
it's
set on Wanted.
it
Yeah.
might be
I'm all set.
considered a cult
What?
classic.
I think it
You
is
don't like it at
considered a
all, or
cult.
you
I
you
think
don't
it's
like it?
considered a
It's a
cult
cult
classic.
classic.
Yeah, it
I
is a
fuck with
cult
I,
classic.
I, I
Wanted,
fuck with
yeah.
that movie.
It's
I
now
fuck with
his
that movie.
now Homeboy's acting is on point to me. His acting was on point.
I'm
He
about to
killed
say
that
what you
role.
feel about Nelson Mandela. His name ain't Nelson Mandela.
I
What
think
the fuck is it?
the acting was fine, but when you go back and watch it, a lot of that shit does look cringy.
I can't
Yeah,
stand it,
the
y'all.
Moving
I
forward.
can't
CGI,
stand it.
As far
I
as
can't stand it.
VFX and shit like
the
that, it's like
effects
okay.
and the yeah.
You know what
I
it
can't
was?
stand
It's some of the acting, the cool effects, but I feel like Angelina Jolie, man, she was just one person wanted to watch her act at that time.
it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mesmerized.
Because yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We
Okay.
was, cause she was good, but I ain't gonna lie, she kind of mesmerized, bitch, like Laura Croft, all, you know what I'm saying? Lip juice. I mean, how
Yeah,
y'all feel about Morgan Freeman in that movie?
he was dope.
Man, he's
Yo,
okay. You know, he didn't do much.
Yeah, I mean, he was there in and out of the movie. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? For the
He he,
most part, but he
he
was
showed
good
his
for what he
face.
was.
You know, that was it.
I've seen better acting from him, but
And it's over. And it's over for Son too. By the way, it's over. You ain't gonna see him in any big budget movies anymore. It's over for him. It's quiet for him. It's quiet. It's quiet for Son, dog. It's quiet.
Hey man, brother's lucky we gonna take this to the Discord, man. It's been 3 hours, man. Three hours. Yet another classic show. Robbie Lucci. Um, we finna call this one. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call time on this one. You know what I'm saying? If brothers want to continue the Discord, we could, but this is yet another classic show. You know what I'm saying? A lot of classic moments. A lot of y'all could tune into, flip it up, all that. Man, brothers is working, man. As we find podcast, man, brothers is definitely working. Man. So, I don't know if Robbie here, man. Robbie, you can hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
good.
okay. I just was wondering, man. Yeah, so we finna head out, man. You know what I'm saying, listen, man. We got all the content possible, man. Me and Sebastian, is on the way with ours. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout for that. Sophisticated Sippers is definitely returning. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? We've been kind of slacking on the cringe, but we definitely gonna make a comeback for that. Trust me.
Definitely.
And I'm not pausing that, man. We got some of these unnecessary pauses. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much all the updates, pretty much got, man. So we're finna head out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
See you
Like
next
and
Friday.
subscribe.
Yeah, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Definitely share, put your peoples on, spread the word. You know what I'm saying? All that, man. So salute to everybody, man, that was in the building. We out though, man. Is we pod.